I'll hold my bitch back.
Hey, Graham, I love you. I hope you know that.
Hello.
And I appreciate you.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back.
What up, bitches?
If you're wondering what the bitch talk is about, I'm sleepy. I'm heat sleepy, which is not a good sleepy. So I'm gonna do my best to not be a bitchy DM, but I think I'll do it good. I've been with these people long enough, and there's been so much sex talk that I've really just had to dial back in my anger. It may be why my blood pressure is so high every once in a while, but it's been good practice. So here we are. Hello, everyone.
What I'm hearing is we're making you a better person. I love
I need
this.
to
video.
go get my fucking dice. I set them aside for last night to clear my desk. I need to go find them.
Sounds good.
The dice.
But we're back. Hello. Hi, everybody. It's lovely to see you all. There's so many people. Once again, just going to say quick howdy do's there. Rainbow, Jamie, Redbox, Dirty, Bog, Nookser. I said hi to Rev, and Rev's not here, so I'm going to take that back. No Rev.
Oh,
and Alpha, hi, everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
Yet another reason Rev's not allowed to meet you first.
But hi. How's everybody's week been?
That's a loaded question, isn't
That
it?
is a very loaded question.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. I don't give a shit about your weeks then. Forget I asked.
Oh,
Screw you all.
okay.
I guess I'm gonna hold that
Damn.
bitch back.
Holy shit.
Look at this beautiful man.
So I do have a question though. Now here's the thing. Has anybody, I want to talk about like events and conventions and everything like that. Has anybody, I know many of you have been like to conventions and events. What was like your favorite event of any kind that you have gone to? Like I'll go right with mine. Like I am a huge fan of what happens in Toronto, the Fan Expo, where geeks meet up and go and do everything. I will say that sparked my love and wanting to be a DM, going to Fan Expo, the convention, because they had tabletop rooms where all you did all day was play tabletop games. And I signed up for every goddamn game that I could schedule into my time slot. So I was there from 9 in the morning till 11 at night, just playing tabletop game after tabletop game. And then I said, hey, how would I do this? Like, do you want to run a game tomorrow? I was like, I might. So that was the first place I ever ran a D&D game in person at a convention. And after that, I was like, I'm never going back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fan Expo. They have Fan Expo in Vancouver, and they had a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons stuff there as well. So I kind of peeked around and whatnot, and but it was just a lot of fun just to go, and like there was a lot of cosplay, there was a lot of like voice actors and people there. Fucking Dante Bosco, Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender was there. I got to meet him. That was really cool. But yeah, no, it's just really neat. It's neat to go and walk around and just like, meet new people, see everything. Yeah.
I will go next. So I have Carnage Con every year. It's first weekend of November. It's Vermont's tabletop gaming convention. I got married there a couple years ago. We go every year. We call it Nerd Christmas. And on Saturday night, we have what we call Drunken Puerto Rico, which is where we sort of play the game Puerto Rico with
I hate Puerto Rico. Go ahead.
I don't even play the game.
I don't play it, but they play it extremely drunk, and it is the only way to play that game. But on Saturday night, we just that's the drunkest I get all year long, and it's the best.
That's awesome.
And this is Carnage Expo.
Carnage Con.
Carnage Con, my apologies.
Mm-hmm.
I've never even heard of Puerto Rico.
I've never heard of it either.
You trade fucking goods. It's a shit game.
And it's racist.
I
so racist.
I love
So
Dread.
it's Risk?
What the fuck?
What?
Is it
Maybe.
Risk?
Maybe it's like
No,
this.
you're like building up. You're like building up the island of Puerto Rico, and there's like somebody's the governor every turn, and then you're like building buildings and trading goods and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then.
Sounds
But
nerdy.
they also have like
We're here to play Dungeons and Dragons, motherfucker. Like
I wasn't a nerd.
There's a whole
Didn't mean that
board game.
negatively.
There's a whole board game part, and then there's also like minis, gaming, and RPGs at the con.
I like it.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Splinter, you're next.
I've never been to a convention of this sort. The sorts of things that pop up here in Utah are very far north of me.
When
And
was the last
also
time you
just,
went to an indie gun show? That's the one.
have-
That'll tell us everything.
I have not been to a gun show since I was a very small child, but there are several here every year, very close to me. I don't be going to gun shows. I don't know. It's not my vibe.
Well, I didn't. It was just convention in general. It didn't have to be a gaming convention. I need to reiterate that. It's just we all went straight for the very nerdy conventions right off the bat because we're motherfucking nerds.
I don't be going to
Ghost?
events. What we do have around here that is nice because I'm being pressed for an answer here. I'm being bullied.
I'm not pressing. What? Okay, then you don't need an answer.
I'm
Fine.
doing it.
The Dickens Festival is nice. It's a Christmas themed kind of marketplace. You go there, you get hot spice nuts. You walk around for a little bit and then you leave.
Hot
We do
spice
like a
nuts.
hot spiced nut.
I was about to
Yep.
say Splinter does love them hot spice nuts.
Yep.
I don't have to put up with this.
I have also actually never been to a con.
I've never
No,
been to like
okay,
a
that's
nerd
that's the
con.
end of the sentence there. Yeah, just
Literally the end
dead
of the
stop.
sentence.
Dead stop. No cast go. Don't collect $200.
Oh my god.
Like-
but my town does a they call it what are they, witches and wizards of insert my town name, and it's a nerdy. It started off as strictly Harry Potter, but then it just turned into also kind of fantasy stuff, and people cosplay, and there's like they're in the shops of the square, of the historic square that we have. There's like themed, like the bakery does themed cookies, the D&D shop does like sales and shit, and it's just really fucking cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's
Sounds like
a
fun.
small town fest.
I like it.
I
That's cool.
I am in the wrong. I'm at the wrong table. This is I realize this because it's like when you were talking about like what were some of your favorite events. I think I've only ever been to one convention that was even tertially related to like comic books, right? And
I assumed yours was gonna be like a concert. You didn't have to pick like.
so no, but that's where I was gonna go, right? It's like, man, I'm a fucking bitch for shows, man. I'm a big old whore about it. I love going to a show. I love concerts in such a way. There's no experience like seeing a great live band that you love with other people who love them, and just I don't know, just being part of the fucking pit and yeeting motherfuckers into the sky to go touch Jesus. Like there's a lot of greatness in that. But for me, I think that my favorite or the most impactful events that I've been to, there's two, and they're unrelated in their own right. One, we go to the annual Oktoberfest festival that we have here. Which obviously isn't Deutschland or anything like that, but like we have a German society here in an old German building, and they put on an Oktoberfest festival every year, and it's phenomenal. We dress up, and the whole family dresses up, and we go for the day, and we just love it. We do all the traditional folk songs and dances and drink and food.
You wear
and
lederhosen?
I do. I've posted photos.
Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
he
Yeah.
looks great. Fucking.
Thanks,
awesome.
thanks, Graham. And that's a big deal for me because, that's a big deal for me because like my grandmother was full on German. You know what I mean? So it's like it's like for me, it's like a bit of real heritage. And that's
God,
cool.
heritage drop much. Jeez.
Yeah. And then the other one, which is it's an event in its own right, is I do a lot of races. Right, like we do General 5, 10Ks, things like that. But we used to. Hi, I know I am also a race.
I don't know why. I just, as soon as you were talking about German heritage, and then I instead of hearing I'm a huge racer, I heard I'm a huge racist. I was like, that's not what he
That's
said
what I
though.
heard
But
too.
that's where my brain went.
Yep.
But the thing about Rob is, as he just said, he does all kinds of races, so he is
Yeah,
also
he
in a
is
way
quite the
kind of a
racist.
race trader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a race trader, guys. But like,
Someone clip it. Someone clip it.
we've done a
Got
lot,
you.
right? Like I
Cancel
like
this
to
man.
run. I like to do the runs, and whether they're just like normal, like runs without obstacles. I've done 5Ks up to marathons. And then we do a lot of, or before the pandemic kind of killed everything, but we used to do a lot of the obstacle course races. And those events are wild because it takes a certain kind of person to want to go run 13 miles and go through 26 major obstacles
Mhm.
for fun, you know?
Yeah, I have a
And
friend who does the Spartan races all over the place, and it
yeah.
looks intense, but like awesome.
Yeah, my
Is-
wife and I, we used to do an annual Spartan race in November, like it was our local one. We've traveled for them too, like we've gone to Seattle and other places, and we actually got engaged after one of the races. Like we were gross as fuck, and that's where I asked her to marry me. So it's like that's my event, I suppose. I like that shit.
Aw.
Is the fun in the room with us?
What does that mean?
Where's
Huh?
the fun in that? I don't find that fun. That's
What do you
Fuck?
mean? The
I
fucking
don't-
sense of
fuck
accomplishment.
What
It
do
makes
you
it fun.
mean?
And climbing, and like you're working with people around you who are having problems with obstacles. Like I remember, like
Nah.
you hit the 10-foot wall, you get up at the top, and you're just hanging over, just pulling up the people who can't get it. It's fun.
Well, I've done something like that before.
I would be the
Yeah.
last one. I would be the absolute last one.
I
Look,
did
it's
something
not
like that.
it's not for everyone, and I can recognize it's not for everyone. But that's the kind of event I like. I like physical and like out there events, concerts,
Like
Spartan races, shit like that.
I commend you for doing it. It's just I would literally die if I tried.
I think you would do it, and you would love it, and you would get in shape, and then you would love it. Like more.
Do you know what is a real Iron Man challenge? The third
Hmm.
day of any con that has a tunnel that's just filled with windows and creates a giant heat vacuum. Day 3, it is a death tunnel. Just BO.
Just humid and gross.
No, yo.
You start at one end of the tunnel, and then if you can hold your
No.
breath until the other end of the tunnel, you're good to go. If you can't, you taste it. You
I already
taste
All of
it.
the
fucking hate
smells.
it.
Ew.
All of the smells.
Oh,
God, it's so gross.
me and my buddy would always just be like, day 3 of the convention. You can taste it in the air.
Ew.
Those unwashed nerds.
Everybody, remember, it's cool to be a nerd. What's even cooler? To be a nerd that really just goes back to their place where they were and then bathes for the next day because we're all in this together. And, you know,
Yeah, you know what's
Everybody
Girl
uses
hygiene,
deodorant.
motherfuckers.
yeah,
Taking a shower is cool.
it really is. Just saying.
I think that there
that's
should
enough.
be, rather than metal detectors at cons, there should be like a general bacteria detector. And if a motherfucker walks through it and it's just the level is too high, they go to a different area where you just fucking hose them off. You know what I mean?
As
I mean,
Dirty
I
says,
Imagine like a plastic dome that you're forced to step into, and there's a single canary in there, and if it dies, you get sent home.
That's
Yeah.
so fucked up.
That's a good one. I like it.
as Dirty says right there, hey guys, it's cool to be a nerd, but wash that ass.
Any crevice, guys, all of them. If
Please.
it
Yeah.
creases, it greases. Put some fucking salt in
Ew.
there. All right?
Oh god damn. Okay, we're good. That's
Fucking
it. That
Rob.
took it too far. All right. First
What
off,
a great sentence to start on.
since M is the one doing the recap this week, do you want to roll it to D4 for next week?
Me?
Oh, yeah.
For next week, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did I ask?
I'm not the dice roller. It's 4.
Jesus. Oh, it's gonna be a session, everybody.
My beer's
1,
already
2,
gone.
3. The Splendor will be the one doing the recap for next week.
Incredible.
All right, let's go. Are you ready?
I don't know. Are you fucking ready?
Sure, I guess. Go.
Our music
such a
is on
everybody.
here.
Oh.
All right, so last week you guys. We investigated an office, found that some pretty wild experiments had been going down. We found like a suspended body, like straight from the bodies exhibit, flayed open and still alive, question mark, in this fluid inside of a wardrobe type thing. It We took a bunch of paperwork from the desk. Then what was that guy's name? The dude we had liberated from the dungeon. We
Waylon.
decide Yeah, Waylon, thank you.
Waylon, yeah.
He was like, hey, lovely following you guys around. Don't want to do it. And went downstairs and was like, and we decided that we'd meet him in 20 minutes. And if we didn't meet him in 20 minutes, then he would just move on and like, nice knowing you, I guess. And so he went downstairs. Then the door adjacent to the office opened up and reveals Lady Nastilla, who was
Smoking hot.
yeah, hot, and also was the one doing all of the experiments. We sat down and talked to her for more than 20 minutes, missing our time with Waylon, but we found out that she had been kind of like a step behind us the whole way, that we'd been traveling from the crossroads to Corson and going coming up here to Crane, and she had received funding, I guess, from the blood barons who were here to do her research, and she's kind of just been holed up here at the keep, experimenting on people and those crazy monster guys that we saw in the basement. And she is like her own agent in all of this and owes no loyalty to the blood barons. And so we let her go, which turned out to be good for us because I think she would have definitely murdered us. And so she is going back to the crossroads where she'll stay for a few weeks. So we might go and meet up with her. Beyond that, we managed to claim the keep. And we met up with Anvin after the fighting had stopped. And he was very angry that we had let the Lady Nastilla go. And so he went off to deal with that. And we, against his wishes, erected a tower outside of the keep along the road going back.
Just a little one.
Just a little one, though, a little baby tower. We also discovered that Thamar is in town, and he knows that we're here because we saw one of his raven things. And so Compton and I were like, you know who would really love to kill Thamar? Crag, our good old friend Crag. And so Compton sent a message to Crag being like, hey, we found Thamar. You want to come murder him? We're over here in Crane. And Crag messaged back like, absolutely, I'll be there in a few days. So that's a thing that is happening. But I think we ended last session. We had just erected our tower and we're about to go to bed.
I think we slept. Didn't we say we were sleeping? Like people were doing some offshoot things, but it wasn't anything that was going to keep us up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah. So you all just kind of said you were all doing one or two things and then going pretty much straight to bed. So we all finished that. You all had a long rest. We'll fast forward. If anybody wants to talk about, I'll turn off this music, about what they did over the evening, very quickly we can. But for the most part, we're going to be fast traveling to the morning.
The only thing, and this was something we said we were going to kind of do off, was that Compton was going to read through all of the random shit, because remember, he fully cleared the desk.
Yep.
And so if there was anything, like, obviously if it's general knowledge shit, I don't need to know right now. But if there's anything that's like, oh, this is useful for our fucking push into Crane, or in regards to these fucking we'll just call him, it's Ferris, right? Ferris is the god. Ferris.
Yep. Yes.
I am dubbing them Ferris monsters because I'm pretty sure they're Ferris monsters.
So, general note, roll me just investigation, just going through, seeing where you connect the dots and everything like that.
Okay. 13 and 10, 23.
With a 23, a couple of things. When she talks about the entity within her, who tells of the secrets, who is giving her information, and then it describes a place. Talks of these monotoned, monochromatic colors of just grays and blacks, and a stormy sky that is ever within motion, of swirling clouds, of an entity that seems to fly across the realm overlooking it. And when you are reading of how this hellscape that she is describing from her imagery is, you right off the bat get an instant reminder of when you were in that other realm once before. She's never been there, but the creature that she melded with, as she overpowered, she described it as putting it within a cage and was able to talk to it to extract knowledge. She would then try and find ways to get into this realm, to get more secrets, to get more knowledge. But she could always feel the clawing at the back of the cage, the rattling of the chains, but she would never let it out.
Okay. Obviously, Compton's deriving a whole series of similarities, right? Except that I do think that he's kind of the mind now where he's like, the situation that I have with Trevor is clearly similar, but different, I think, because he recognizes, especially from the conversations with Trevor, that like, and what we know of, now I'm going to be so fucked up having multiple gods. Who is it that they were ascribing these actions to previously?
Papa, that's Casmore.
Casmore, thank you. So, based on the information that Compton has gotten from Trevor, Casmore is not about this whole "I've got a realm full of fucking demon men."
As far as you know, you haven't gotten a confirmation, but as far as you've been hearing,
but maybe Ferris does, especially because of our conversation with Bruce. Right? What was the chain man with the hooks?
Butch.
Butch, thank you. Our conversation.
Brutus.
Brutus.
Guys, if you're new here, hi, my name's Rob. I fuck up names constantly. Butch, there's something going on, and so but it would make sense that the similarities should be there because in Compton's minds, they're brothers. They're brothers under Taldric, right? I remember.
No, and you know they are brothers. They 100%. Right. You know, after your religion check, they are brothers.
So for him, it doesn't kind of like none of this throws false flags because it goes. It would make sense that the way that they operate is similar and different, right? But that's really good. He does make a note of that. Is it possible? Can I waste a spell slot for the night?
Okay. Well, what should you cast a spell on?
I'm going to try to cast Sending on Lady Nostalgia.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me because nope, you don't have to roll where you are. So yeah, you can cast Sending.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Ascending to her and say, "Hey, by the way, I found out that you got this." Oh, I've realized I only have 25 words, so he's not gonna do that. Hold on. Hey, I read you caged your friend. Me too. Real quick, they with Casmore or Ferris? Question mark. And he says question mark. And I said that because I just want to know if she's gotten far enough to know, like if she's kind of like breached that thing, or she could be lied to or whatever. But
Hello, darling. You also have a mind parasite. Fascinating. As far as I have gotten, it seems to be Ferris. Probably.
Do they also have the 25-word minimum?
Yep.
Or
response, yeah, the response is limited to the same as the spell.
is it really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
That sucks.
Oh man. Guys, I have a pen pal who's also a fucking nerd.
Amazing.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, and then I'll end my night there because like it's good now. This is also good because we've opened a door for communication. I do tell Raina that I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You're aware. You're aware that I'm sexting my new
Yeah.
girlfriend. Okay.
Awful.
Okay.
But there was the other thing you said you were going to do.
Can you remind me?
Observe our loots. We have a mystery
can I-
necklace and a mystery knife.
I would have ritually identified the knife from Butch and the necklace from was it in the room?
Yeah, is your new
It was in her
girlfriend's
room.
old necklace.
Yeah, it was underneath the bed. Yes.
It was the one that had fallen under the bed.
Yep. Okay.
The
Am I-
second I have these.
And this is the one thing that I'm gonna fuck up because I'm so heavily re-listening to another thing. We didn't find a weird vial of shit, did we? I know. Did you, Farron? Did you take a vial of that solution? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yes.
Farron took some of the goo.
Can I identify? Does identify give me any properties from that vial of goo, or is that just a waste? I mean, I'll still do it
hang on.
unknown.
I think that was saline solution, I think is what.
It's just preservation goo.
Yeah.
It was just preservation.
Used to keep the body from decaying.
Okay, so you don't want me to look at that? Okay.
I mean, if you want to go for it.
So I need you to roll me an Arcana check when you are identifying one of these items.
Okay.
Something.
Guys, my Arcana is plus 14, so I like that. I'm wicked nerdy. Oh, I got a Kraken head. That's a 20.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the cleaver is known as the bloodshed blade. That is what you would normally have right there for you, but there is a curse upon it.
That's par for the course. Do I know what the
Great.
curse is?
You did because you rolled so high. So it is called the endless joy of blood. Once you have cut a single target, you are going to a blood frenzy, and you cannot use any other action other than murder the target until they have died. You can use other spells that would cause harm to the target, but you cannot use any other action other than that would harm the target you are currently involved with.
So you're hard locked on that target.
Yes.
And there's no flee. There's no. It's pure on fucking just.
All actions must be used to murder the target.
Is it like advantage?
No, you have all the cool stuff that happens with it. It's the
You are
curse.
locked in.
Yeah. Like you have all this stuff, but it is cursed that when you attack someone, you full blown just
you have
go,
no choice.
"You're dead. I want to murder you." Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know if we want to role play this conversation or not. Do we want to role play this conversation or not? I don't know if it matters, Grim.
I mean,
It doesn't matter. You guys can just talk about it if you want.
Oh, because ultimately, here's the deal. Compton's never going to use this fucking blade, and he's going to hand it back to the three of you who found it, because you guys are now the you guys are clearly a couple, and that's great. So Compton gives back the blade to Kyla, Farron, and Rashawn, and goes, "Look, I don't fucking care about the deal you made," and it goes all of this in his voice, but effectively says it does all this really cool shit, and there's a curse on it. The curse ain't that bad. just don't cut somebody you don't want to not kill. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's kind of how he lays it out. He also does suggest if you don't like that, maybe get the curse removed. I don't know how we're going to do that. We could probably, if we go through the crossroads, if at any point in our time we go back through the crossroads, we can almost certainly get this curse removed. I would imagine from what's the guys at the cross? Now I just hear Waylon. Wilston probably could remove a curse from this item.
Butch.
So, and that's the information he gives you. I don't think it's a bad idea for you to use it if you intend to fucking murder a motherfucker. Like, if we are in a fight, go ahead and fucking use it. Except you can't heal. That is a big one. It's not like you could stop and heal a party member. If you draw blood, you got to kill that other motherfucker despite whatever is happening around you. So keep that in mind.
Also, for mechanics purposes, does this blade require attunement?
This one here does in fact require attunement.
Okay, I'm building it out really quick.
I will give you guys handouts.
And then obviously the amulet is here.
Yep. And then this amulet has very special effects that will happen. I'll give you the whole handout. But this one also as well. This one, if you are not an undead creature that uses it, then there are some downsides, possibly to it, or upsides. But if you aren't an undead creature, then it's a good way to go.
Does Compton qualify as both?
Compton doesn't know at this point.
Okay, if that's the case, I follow like we don't know if Farron qualifies as undead. Farron, are you undead?
I think so.
You
We
all
don't
have not
know,
taken
do
the
we?
time to ever figure that out.
Fuck. Okay,
You
well,
always
this is
have-
a really good. This is a really good opportunity for us to find out if either of us are undead, because we could each put this. Is this requiring attunement?
Yep, it does require attunement as well. These are all
Can't you
very
just-
rare items.
Can't you just stare at me with your eye hole?
I don't think that tells me if you're undead. That just tells me there's a soul thing going on. I think if we wanted to determine if we were undead, we would need Kyla to do it, because Kyla could detect undead. And if we start fucking, well, that's a radius problem. And we're kind of in an undead central.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
that still though, won't we ping? Doesn't
It's
she
not
get
like that. It
pings?
just tells
Is it-
you they're there. I don't think it's like a radar thing where it's like, here's
Oh,
one,
it's-
here's one, here's one. It just goes, yes.
It's a yes or no, not a ping. Got it.
Right? Well, God knows. God, what's
God?
it like?
God, what's it like?
Daddy.
She does which it depends on what spell she's using.
Detect undead. Isn't that good and evil? There's undead. Isn't there detect undead?
no.
I'm not making this up.
There is
am I?
not. There is no detect undead.
But I think
Detect
it's
evil and good.
Evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
detect evil and good is the one. Yeah, you can detect undead, celestials, and yeah, celestials and elemental, fey, fiend, and any or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. So even though you know if the placed object within 30 feet, you've been magically consecrated or desecrated. Yes.
Okay, so then it does give the location. So that would work. The problem is, and this is a mechanical one, and I don't know if it matters or not, the whole reason Compton has this fucked up thing is because he is an Asimar. So he's going to come, it's probably going to fucking ping a Celestial anyways, right? Asimar qualify as Celestial?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. But when you do that, does it work very much in the same way that Detect Magic does, where it tells you the school? Like, would it then say undead, celestial?
She knows which
Okay.
which ones is like undead, fey, everything like that.
Okay, so based on, and again, guys, we're table talking this conversation just to make it go by faster. I think Compton goes, "Hey, this is really cool. By the way, Kyla, can you do a thing to tell if we're dead?" And asks you to spend a spell slot to find out what the fuck we are.
Do I even have that one prepared?
You have to
Hold
prepare
on.
it. You wouldn't be able to do it today. You'd have to sleep, prepare it for the next day, and then spend your spell slot the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do it when I'm able.
Okay. Well, then that's everything Compton has for the night before. So I could Compton's done and ready for long rest.
Anybody else want to do anything over the evening before we wake up the next day?
I would like to, please. Well, first, Farron made a nice, delicious dinner of bread bowls and beef stew
Yum.
and
Where the fuck are
cranberry
you
sauce.
getting this food?
Oh,
Shut up. We're role playing it. Shut up.
Hammer space, baby.
And he gave an extra helping of cranberry sauce to Compton.
I like
so
cranberry sauce
Farron,
beef stew.
roll me a
He's
D100.
shoehorning the cranberry
Farron?
at this point.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what'd you get?
D100.
Yep.
Hold, please. Guys, this is my death.
This is practice for next week.
That's by cranberry.
38.
Perfect. So what happens is you don't wake up in the morning because the god of cranberries suffocates you in your sleep with a mouthful of cranberries because they're vile things that just don't belong in a fantasy realm.
Or beef stew.
I was memeing when I said death by cranberry. That's crazy.
It was on the side. It wasn't in the beef stew. Thank you very much. But anyways,
That's so
but also,
fucking
but
funny.
all jokes aside, I also Farron wants to.
Wait, we're
is there
joking?
like? I hope so.
Oh, we're good.
The
Is the
bitch
tower?
back
Is the tower next to like trees? Or is there like a wooded nature area? or
No, I thought we were in like we're in like
No,
We're-
you guys are
it's-
in a canyon. You are there is
Yeah.
in a
nothing around
canyon,
you.
Okay.
A bunch of
Yes,
rocks.
like foliage, animal life, everything up to this point, dead. Like
Yeah.
dead.
Okay. That'll still work. Whatever dead plant life that is left over, Farron will, before sleep, he'll leave the tower and go maybe for a little walk, a little ways away, and finds like a patch of dead plants, and he'll sit on the ground. He'll dig his hands underneath the earth, and he'll just sit there and get the essence of the life that once was, that is now past, and mushrooms will start to grow around him a little bit, and he'll just stay there and feel the energy around him and in the ground, and then the mushrooms will get taller and taller and taller and taller, and then just slowly shrivel away, and then he'll walk up to
Farron,
the
roll
tower.
me a nature check.
I'm really liking this new druid Farron. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm moist about it. Not in my loins, but like in my armpits because it's hot.
24.
24. So Farron, as you're doing this ritual, this connecting with the earth, at first when you're doing it, you feel there is no life. It's almost seems to have been snuffed out in your direction. But as you reach deeper to try and find where you can pull this essence of life out to grab into the mushrooms, all of a sudden, you know, in the movies where the person is like having those shakes and then it's like the of like the horror sounds going on, you can
Mhm.
feel this essence that starts to erupt out of the ground towards you, and just this deep, sickly, almost like a poison that is rapidly approaching you, and you can feel it. And you start to pull it out of the ground. And as these mushrooms grow out and are getting bigger, they almost have like a deformity to them. As they grow bigger, they start to have ichor kind of seep off of them. And they start to twist and warp. And you break that connection from whatever is being pulled out of the ground. And as you said, they start to shrivel up and blow away. But whatever is stifling back, whatever nature is here, has seeped into the land around you. seems to be almost changed it in a way.
And Farron will stand back up, go back into the tower, and go to sleep.
Anybody else for the evening?
I think I'm good.
I've also got nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. With that, you all get your long night's rest.
Hell yeah!
Huzzah!
You hear at one point maybe an individual or a group of individuals pass by the tower. Probably later in the evening, but not around midnight or anything like that. You would look out the windows and you see there be another like Carter caravan that is slowly progressing towards where the barracks is. They take a look around, see where tents are set up, but then you see guards waving. You hear a little blow of a trumpet, and they get let into the fort. But other than that, not too much happens over the night, and you all awaken, relaxed, rested, as you all decided to spend the night in your tower. What do you all do the next
So
day?
cool. Hey, Kyla, you wake up. Can you tell me if I'm dead?
Just get right to it.
Yeah.
Guys, there's so much to do, and this is not an important thing.
Oh my god. Fuck. Hold up.
Going through it, do you gather everybody around when you do this, Kyla?
Yeah.
Okay. Couple of things. Everybody pings here except for Kyla.
We're a bunch of fucking freaks.
Everybody, what?
Everybody pings here except for
I was
Kyla.
worried about this.
Roshan pings as an elemental. Reyna pings as a fae. Farron pings as an undead. And Compton pings as a celestial.
We cover all 4 categories. Nice.
Oh.
Guys, with our powers combined, fucking
Oh
Captain
my
Planet.
We're Power
And,
Rangers.
and Kyla's heart.
Yeah.
We've got it.
I
And
didn't
Zorg.
I
ping.
wish I could be heart, but also in my heart I know that I have to be fire.
You have to be fire.
What am I?
Undead.
Uh,
I was just being an idiot.
Earth.
Global
yeah.
warming.
Go!
Oh,
Oh no.
too close to home.
Yep.
I do want to say,
Kyla,
just because I'm a fucking dweeb, really quick. Obviously, Farron is Earth. Reyna, obviously Wind, which does leave Compton as water, which I find hilarious.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, man.
As you all get ready in the morning, I assume you all go down to the main level, gather up your things, get ready for the day, and then Compton going, hey, cast a spell for me. When you do, Kyla, spend your spell slot.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Yeah. So you would ping, and it's up to you of what you want to say at this point. But they all register as all the things that you can register.
Oh man. Okay, hold on.
there's the mattress.
What's up there?
I know.
Sorry, what was it again? It was
Detect
Undead,
Good and Evil.
Celestial Fae.
Yep. And Elemental.
Okay, cool.
It's a level 1 divination spell.
Okay, perfect.
To be
I
fair,
think I
you're
did
missing one. You don't have Aberration or Fiend. So, hey, that's cool.
Fuck.
There's still time.
Yeah,
So-
there's time.
So do you tell us this out loud?
Oh, actually, 1 second. I have to look up one thing. I just remembered.
What's in Farron's
What?
belly? What's
Yeah,
Farron's
I was-
belly?
yeah.
Hey.
Does this
My
fucking spell
baby.
pick up aberrations?
It does. Yes, you would detect an aberration as well. And it is coming from Farron's
Aaron's
belly.
coming.
Apparition?
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I was reading through it and I was like, oh wait,
Oh, that's
this is
funny
a
as
thing.
fuck.
Okay, so what's it say? Does it? Am I dead? Does it say I'm dead?
Do you just want me to say it out loud, or
The fuck you mean? I'm asking you right now.
I I don't fucking know. Maybe somebody doesn't want to hear it out loud with everybody. I don't know.
I've had my bits in all of you. At this point, I think it's a little late to worry about it.
It's actually important. The way that you're talking about this says that everybody got the result. So
everybody except me. All of you.
Maybe the spell don't work on self. You know, some spells be like that.
You don't like? Oh, you don't like that I didn't get a.
No, I don't like that I did.
Well,
you're a fireman.
Yeah, but I guess, yeah.
Maybe it's a good thing that you didn't.
Me?
That does make you the normal one.
So you picked up 4 signatures? That's good to know.
Yeah.
Are we all dead?
No. So Farron is undead.
I knew it.
So don't use any turning undead magics because he'll leave.
And then Raina's Fae.
I knew that from the time she did the thing, because that ain't normal for normal folk. That's a fake thing. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No one should have flexibility.
God damn it.
Sorry.
That's all good.
That was the talking to a horse, but
fuck. Okay. And then Rosha, and she's doing this deliberately, like just to be a little bit of a brat. She's like leaving Compton's for very last. So then she kind of looks for Roshan Elemental. I mean,
the whole genie. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, hello. Compton Celestial. Not undead.
What?
Celestial.
Wait, did you stop speaking common? I don't know what you're talking. What?
Kyla walks right up, so she's like very, very close to him and like leans in and goes, Celestial. That's what you pinged us.
So a starman.
I would have liked it better if I was dead. You telling me there's a fucking angel man in my body?
I'm just telling you. She puts her hands up. She's like, I'm just telling you what the spell told me.
Or are you the angel man?
I'd like that even less. Why are we having this discussion as a what? No, that's dumb. I don't like it though.
You wanted this. Don't get mad at the results.
I wanted to know that I wasn't fully dead because I figured that's fine. And he gets ready for the day. He's just like, this is fucking weird. Compton's not a big fan of gods in general, and everything that's happening with gods is like really fucking things up right now. And so the concept of being tied to, I don't know, gods is really not cool. And so he's just like, I would have preferred to just be a fucking tortured soul, you know?
And then Kyla turns to Farron and just points at his stomach and goes, oh, also apparition.
What? Blech.
That's new.
It's your baby.
Like I knew it was there. I just thought it was a parasite.
That's the only other ping that I got besides the 4 of you.
Grim, can you remind me how big the bug boy is?
You don't know?
You need to get an ultrasound.
Oh my god.
Do they have that technology in D&D?
Something close to maybe.
Okay.
All you know is the one thing I will say, because what happened way back when. Remember when that stone was put in front of your face?
Yes.
And little baby Farron decided to come out and say hello? Did not feel small at all. You were choking on him when he was coming up.
But it's not like bulging. I'm not bulging.
No.
In other places, yeah. But okay, cool.
Hold on a second. Nope. We're just going to gloss over the fact that the thing inside you is an aberration. Aberration is a term used to describe something that's not of the natural world. This thing ain't normal. The fuck you talking about? Wait, hold on a second. Who put this thing in you? Wasn't it he who must not be named? Don't say
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a Fae man. The fuck you doing with that? With aberrations?
Well, Compton, it's either that or I won't be here. I wouldn't be here without it.
I don't think that's how to.
Well, I mean, that's what the deal was, right?
Yeah.
So he couldn't have made the deal to come back without the tag along.
We wouldn't be having this conversation.
What the fuck? I thought at some point he was finna get it out you like a birth.
I haven't had the opportunity yet.
And then do you die?
Maybe. We don't know yet. We'll have to get that figured out, but now we have more pressing matters. It's okay.
I think I like that better than my situation, actually. Now that I think about it.
Bye.
I don't, because I'm gonna go. And he continues packing his shit. Also, just because I can't not think about it and it's been bothering me, you really should just take Goodberry and start making them cranberries. I don't know why you've been sleeping on this. I don't know.
Don't do this. Why? What is
it
wrong
hurts
with
me.
you?
It hurts me too, but a good idea is a good idea, even if I hate it. Here's a
love
good berry for
cranberry.
you, and it says here's a fucking gross cranberry.
I love
Mm.
cranberries.
It explains a lot.
It's
So
just
wouldn't
a
want it-
single
I like-
raw cranberry.
I love,
I love
I love
cranberry.
cranberries, but I don't think that's not a berry that you just want to eat like that.
They don't,
You
they don't
haven't
taste
eaten
good like
cranberry? Really? They're so good.
I'm sorry I did this to us. Okay, carry on.
What is So you all done this. You had your little labeling ceremony. What are you all doing before heading out? Because you all did get a good night's sleep. You all went to bed at a relatively good time, which is very weird for all of you. But even as you look out, the sun is not fully out at the moment, but you can tell if it wasn't for the mountain range that you were currently encompassed in, the sun would still be peering. You can see those that weird coloration kind of cascading over the mountain tops, showing that the sun should be arriving within the next couple hours or so.
I know that Compton's goal, now that he's got this thing figured out, the suggestion is that necklace is probably good for Farron. I would love to be able to teleport freely 6 times a day, but it's he's an undead. It's going to work better for him, I think. But Compton's goal is to quickly get out of the house. And I think this is just like a my mind bleeding into Compton's mind thing. I've been dubbed the fucking leader of this group, which is bullshit. But at the same time, there's responsibilities to that, and so
Did you just say shit show?
well, that's also true.
I mean,
Don't
He's
detract.
not wrong.
Listen. So, I think that Compton fully recognizes that there's responsibilities to that, and part of that is going and doing the whole morning briefing, intel gathering. Like, well, what's the plan today, Captain? Because that's how armies work, right? Like the squad leaders or the whatever, they go and they get the information, and then they and their group go and do their task, right? And so I think Compton's whole thing would be to be wake up, get ready to go, and be like, okay, y'all do what you got to do to get ready, and then meet me at the keep in X amount of time. I'm gonna go talk to Anvin and whatever the other guy's name is to find out what they learned through the night, and then to discuss what we'll do today.
I'll go with you.
I mean, yeah, you're anybody who want to go. I mean, you can always come, but I'm just saying anybody who want to go, they can. I just figured some folks like to hang out and just not be at a nerd meeting. You know what I mean? But yeah.
I'll also go with.
You're not gonna make them breakfast. Okay, so were we all going then? I thought.
I could stay back and make food.
Jesus, do what you want to do. I was just letting you know I'm going now. Are you gonna go now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Rashawn, Kylie, y'all coming? Y'all hanging out here? It's a good time to have a sex before we go.
Personally, I don't have any specific want to go sit in, as you said, a nerd meeting. So have fun.
Yeah, no, you
I'm
guys
gonna
have
have
a
a
good time.
bath and just kind of sit here.
Awesome. Okay. When you leave, make sure that you don't lock up. That way, if anybody stop by, they can use the bathhouse.
Okay, yeah.
And then just meet us up there in about, like, I don't know. Judging by the sun, I could probably say like they might have an hour before we need to start moving, Grim.
Probably about an hour and a half. Yeah.
Meet us up there in about an hour or so.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
Yep.
find you.
Cool. We can set off on our day.
So once again, you all approach this large, it's not a garrison, but a very large, almost watchtower guard post. As you come to the walls, you see now the ones cascading the wall, doing the routes, watching over this direction. It seems to be very minimal. They probably expect most of the attention should be placed on the opposite side. But you see one or two within the silver armor with the black gauntlet on the chest, very, you know very well to be the guardsmen from Shaw Garden. These are probably the individuals who had a posting in Shaw Garden who are currently manning the outside post. They see you all. They recognize who you are as you were there the day before. You want to open the gate. You hear the clunk, 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 clunk of the wooden wheel as the gate slowly caresses open. And they only open it a slight gap for all of you where you can just walk in, but it's still even kind of tucking in your arms. They are definitely not opening these gates fully for all of you because you don't have things that need to be open wide open. But you see many people, they're already up, moving. People are putting on the armor. Even you can see that not the commander is up, standing on a risen platform, but you see there is a man with a little bit more of a regal armor, standing on top of a pile of crates and boxes and looking at people, pointing, handing out papers to another group of individuals. You see Rob is over there. He's like, front lines, exactly where I want to be. Everybody, look, front lines. He's like, yes, and he runs off and gives another guy a high five. The guy's confused why he's so excited about that. But it looks like people are getting their missions or their stations where they're expected to be. It's already full swing going on at the moment.
Is it thick enough that like we're kind of like making our way through groups of people?
Yep. You'd see that there's little partitions of people who are kind of all split up. You aren't like squeezing through a crowd. You remember how many people showed up here. It wasn't a grand battalion, but it is in this small courtyard. There are a lot of groups, and especially with all the tents set up and cooking stations, everything like that, you still have to very much make your way through the crowd of people.
I'm going to again do my best to try to look in the direction of everybody I could potentially see to try to see if anybody's given off auras.
Okay. Looking around as you are with the way your eye patch is a little bit more muffled, you're looking through. You don't see anybody who catches your eye at the moment of who might be matching what you're looking for.
Okay. And I mean, obviously, and just know moving forward, anytime I'm around anybody who's associated with this group, yeah.
As soon as you did it last session when you poked in, I assumed that was your, hey, did anybody turn while we've been away type thing? Yes, I fully expected that was kind of what you're hoping to do.
Yeah, it's to spot any new changes, and also potentially anybody who's been like a sleeper agent, right? Like somebody who's been undercover the whole time, just to really like get that out. The guy up on top of the boxes, I'm gonna make myself visible to him and just be like, I am looking at Van Ellison. We're like.
And Van Ellison, he's currently in with the Commander Desmond and the other High Council. They're going over battle plans and everything like that. May I ask who is asking for him?
The expat contingency, personally, Cochran Willer. I'm
Flipping over the sheet. Yes, the ex-cons, yes. You have all been assigned to the right battalion who will be entering in the city earlier this morning. You'll be a part of the second wave.
Compton's like visibly confused. He like looks over to Raina and Trevor like, oh, I thought we was finna like just have our own.
Yeah, that's what they said.
We've been assigned.
I-
That's weird, right?
Yeah,
A
I
little
think we
odd.
should talk to him ourselves.
Shit, I know what this is. Okay, thank you, sir. You're doing your job. That's what he says. He says you're
tries to
doing
hand
your
you your
job.
papers.
Oh, I'll take them. I'll take papers.
Yep.
I'll take papers. Thanks for doing your job. And then I turn back to my friends. I'm like, I feel like, do you think we're in trouble? I bet you this is one of those. Nope. There's a structure here, and they're really just showing us. It's like asking somebody to come into work even though there ain't no work to do there. You're just really exerting the fact that you're in charge, and you want to make sure they know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think that might be? We should talk to him. Maybe I shouldn't do it though. I feel like maybe I'm on good terms with him, but also he hates me. I
Well,
think
those are
that's the
two
case with
different
most.
things.
Well, you could respect a person's abilities and hate them for who they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
They're just standing there talking. Well, it's like, hey, move up the line. We need our own handouts and everything like that. Move on, move on.
Compton Mage hands just a random handout from the guy up top and gives it to whoever was talking. He knows full well it's probably not that guy's.
And this guy will fight you on that. Like, as you try and grab his clipboard, it's like, hey, no, this is
That's funny to me that the floating man is fighting this man for these papers. That's I'm no longer having the conversation. I'm just watching. How long does he fight? Does he win?
Roll me. We're gonna do Dex on him. You roll me an Arcana. E20. He's gonna have +3 on this. He's just
13
doing
on that
ones.
with the plus
No,
14.
you automatically. Yeah, you like you do that, and then poof, the papers just go flying in the air.
Compton goes wide-eyed and just like turns and ushers Farron and Raina away because it was magic. He's not 100% sure. I didn't do it. We're leaving. Let's go.
You see the man? He's like snatching the papers out of the ground. Everybody's like, "Oh!" And he's like, "One moment, this one was in this order, and that was hell no."
What happened to the man? I don't know what happened. I'm just pushing these.
You're the worst.
He could have. We leave. Okay,
Yes,
sometimes it's
you
better to just
also
leave.
could have. You also could have, Compton.
I have magic fingers. I wanted to
you
use
do.
them. I used them. And look,
So
it
you all
came
push through.
an explosive effect.
So Farron, Raina, you see this is going on. Compton keeps pushing on through the crowd. Is there anything you all want to do? Anything you're looking for? Anybody you want to talk to?
I think I want to observe to see how people are looking at us.
You can roll me an insight
You
check.
read my mind.
Yeah.
And you can also, Farron, if you want, you can either assist with that. Like you and Raina maybe in the back are talking and pointing out people. So either give her advantage or you can do your own insight if you like.
I will assist.
Your help was no good. All right,
Oh,
so it's going to be so 19.
19 is still pretty good. So as you're looking through, you see that every once in a while, a lot of people don't seem to be directing any particular gazes to you every so often. But you do see once in a while, there are those people who stop and linger and they nudge and they do that like talking half point where they're pretending like they're having a conversation and moving their hand, but they do the half point and the other person leans in and looks. And we'll say with a 19, you get close to one of these crowds who are having like this side conversation. Are those the ones we heard about who took the fort from the back? No, that couldn't be. Maybe, possibly. You go up and ask? No, I'm not going to up and ask. They're just kind of having this. They don't want to approach you, but there are one or two people who seem to notice, either recognize what you may have done, or there's rumors going around and they aren't quite sure who did it. would you all like to do?
Continue on. Find
Mhm.
Anvin.
Okay. So as you push on, easy to, especially with Farron and Reyna helping, it's very easy to point out where there is a much larger tent all set up. There are actual guards stationed out at the entrance of it. While the rest of the tents are just very simple pitched out tents, this one has that almost carnival canopy type layout to it.
This must be it, where they are.
Remember the last time we showed up at one of their little meetings and we started talking, they got all upset about it because he's got like a hierarchy or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't do that again.
All right. Well, how do you want to approach this then?
Well, if we set the tent on fire on the backside, they'll come out this way, right? Because you want to avoid the smoke.
Yeah, but then they'll come
How far
out
are you
all,
talking away
like,
from the tent?
mad.
I don't know how close we are. Like, however close we are.
Probably like, I don't know, like 10 feet away from the entrance.
Okay. All right.
No, I mean, I know what you're saying. I was just joshing. That's a term we use back in Stillwater because there's a guy named Josh. He's always joking, so it's just you just joshing. Nobody takes him seriously. It's like that sometimes.
The really weird part
Poor
is
Josh.
Josh like tried to make jogging into joshing because he was really hated what it was made for. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm just joshing around town." They're like, "That's not how it works, Josh." And it was a real awkward thing for a while.
Fucking Josh.
fucking, and that's the thing about it is like he should just leaned into it because sometimes we think it's great, but whatever. But if I'm gonna be frank about it, maybe we just
that?
like another guy who's just honest all the time.
Oh.
Just up front. Yeah, I know. Stillwater's full of some fucking characters. I'll tell you what.
Did they
One day I'll tell you about Fenner Fred, but that's for tomorrow. All right.
Okay.
Just remind me tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Salad man.
What are you all doing?
We're having this bullshit conversation outside the tent because we don't know how to go inside. Is there a runner? Is there a guard? Is there anybody posted? At the
I said there was
entrance to this
two
thing?
guards already standing outside of the tent.
I think we just go up to one of them and be like, "Hey, excuse me, I'm so sorry. My name's Compton Willard. These are my friends. Actually, to be honest, I've been inside both of them, so it's probably a little bit more than that. This one's Farron. This is Raina. We're here to see. I don't know why I tell everybody that I've been in them. Is Anvin around? This is literally how Compton is, guys. This is so important you understand this.
So, sorry, you said Compton. Are you looking for Anvin?
Yeah.
Give me a moment. You just stand watch. I'll go in. I'll go see if he's available. We'll go in.
All right.
And as these three wait to hear back, Kyla and Roshan, what are you doing back at the tower?
Roshan's taking a bath.
Same.
Okay.
Kyla wants to take a soak because freaking combat was a bitch, and it's nice to have a soak.
So what are we doing with this fucking sword?
I knew that was gonna come up. You know what? I did make a promise, and I feel like a dick going back on it, so I'll take it.
Right? I don't feel obligated to. I mean, it's a good sword, and if you're going to swing it at people, you should have it. But like I said, it's not like a. I was joking, kind of. I don't mean for you to inconvenience yourself just to fulfill some kind of stupid honor thing.
Well, I mean, it's a weapon, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's always good to have more. I guess the only thing is, are we going to carry it in the bag still, or?
If it's going to, you're going to use it. It'll be on your hip. You'll swing it at people.
That's actually kind of cool. I've never had a blade that's at my hip. I don't know why that sorry. I'm geeking out a tiny bit. I've never had this kind of it's cool to me.
I'm glad that you're excited by it. Hey, Graham, really quick, because it's not on the card or anything. What is the base weapon for this?
On the cleaver, this will be used as short sword.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I assumed. I just want to make sure.
That's a big ass cleaver.
Which was a
Fucking
big
dude.
guy.
No,
Which
I know.
was
It's
a
just
big bastard.
It just
It's
looked
very
regular
cool.
for Butch. Good.
Yeah.
So here, if you wanted to spend some time with it, get to know it, etc.
Yeah.
All yours. Have fun.
Yeah, just
Personally,
mean,
I'm happy keeping this one. And he gestures to the one that's like over on top of his pile of clothes. That one is it's a little more simple, but it helps me not be annihilated immediately when I step into range of a combatant.
well, this one's just gonna make me go fucking crazy and go after a target. So I mean, kind of fulfills my you know, I didn't get to do much previously in combat, so it kind of helps it, I guess,
To
in a
just go
weird
around
way.
fucking people up, yeah.
Yeah, in a weird way. Yeah.
No, it's good. How do you think they're getting on over there?
Well,
Well, I assume, right? We're great heroes and people love us, and all the big important people want to talk to us.
well,
Sure, Randon was falling all over himself to have a meeting with them.
well, okay. Anvin seemed a little bit not amused with us, particularly Compton.
We make some decisions. That's kind of how it
No,
goes.
yeah, no. Raina and I stood by him and said, the decision wouldn't have been made without thought, and supported that because Anvin was getting a little bit pissed off at the fact that we let the lady go.
You know what he needs to do? He needs to just get better at lying.
Compton,
It's so much easier to just lie.
just
Hey.
just get him to lie. Well, I mean,
At the very least, like lie by omission. Don't mention the crazy lady. Maybe like, oh, we got there. She was not there. Oh well.
yeah, say, oh yeah, like this was her hideout, but it looked like she had
She was
been
on
there, but she
vacation.
just left.
It's the damnedest thing. She left a note saying, "Oh, the gone fishing."
Got yeah, okay.
Wanted to find new bones in other place. I don't know the names of any cities in this place.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? Like it would have been so much easier to just not bring it up.
Yeah, true. But I mean, I have a feeling that Compton would have brought it up regardless. It just from being with you guys for and as long as I have, not as long as others, but for as long as I have, just I don't think he would lie. I think he would just be straight up, regardless.
Honesty is the best policy until you meet people who get mad when you're honest.
Mm, yes,
Different upbringing is a culture thing, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
probably.
Should probably go and join them, right? Because we have to go into the city today.
Mm. And then Kyla, like moves and like goes and dunks her head under, comes back up and just is like, I don't want to go. I know we're here for like a mission and stuff, but I'm just like, I'm so relaxed for the first time in like a second. But I know we have to go, so fucking fine.
You know what I'm most upset about?
Mm.
We didn't get breakfast because Farron left.
Right? Damn it.
Roshan will get dressed, wait for
Yeah.
Kyla, and then head out. He will write a note and just pin it to the door, like, bath in here if you want it,
Mm.
and head up to the gatehouse.
Yeah, Kyle.
Question
Walk with
question
Roshan.
for you both. Are you spending the hour to attune to this blade or no?
Oh fuck! Right.
You are going to have to drop attunement to something else though.
I know.
You're
I know. I
full.
was looking at it right now.
Got
Yeah. I
so
was looking
many
at it.
women and magic items.
Yeah, I was looking at it just
Women
a
be
second ago.
shopping.
Yeah, no.
Women be hoarding magic items.
I'm just a hoarder, y'all. I'm just fucking self-admitted hoarder right here of
Hey,
magical
as long as
items.
it's all getting used, shit.
Shit. Is it gonna take about an hour, Grim, to attune to
No,
this
attunement
blade?
always takes an hour. Always takes an
Oh
hour.
fuck. Okay.
Although we did identify it last night, so you could have attuned to it.
Mm,
I mean, theoretically, you could just be sitting there in the bathtub attuning to it right now.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah, could
Well,
that?
that's what I'm saying. Is do you all wait an
Yeah,
hour?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah,
So
yeah.
if you attune
I'm
to
gonna-
it at the
Yeah.
you are all hanging out in the bathroom, just kind of shooting the shit, relaxing from the day before. But as you're holding this blade and attuning to it, all of a sudden you feel like something
Oh
pokes
no,
you
me.
in the hand as you're holding this. And you can feel it almost like sucking away blood from your body into the blade. And you can feel the hand that is currently holding it, like your arm seems to be getting stronger. It almost feels like it's getting bigger, more rigid. And as you are sitting there, you feel this anger, this rage, but also like the excitement coming over you. And I need you to add +5 to your counter. You're probably the worst person to get this weapon.
Yep. Okay. Oh,
Also, Grim,
jeez.
does this have any additional pluses? Like, is it a +1 short sword on top of all of this?
Yeah, it is.
Or
It's actually
oh,
+2.
okay.
Oh, there it is. I was just about to be like,
Is it +2
no, you said
Yeah.
+5. Didn't you say
What?
for
+5?
the short sword?
No.
+5 to the counter. It is
So
a
it'll make
+1
it
damage.
11.
Yeah, for your counter. Yeah.
Yep.
So
+1 to the sword.
Yeah. So
I'm
what
fucking-
happens, and
Oh!
this is a really gross weapon, but it has a huge downside. Because if you
Oh,
look at it, she
great.
can use her hit dice, so she uses her blood to add to her roll, and then she can also use her hit dice to add to the damage. It's a very gross weapon, but it has a huge downside.
Well, it's a +1 sword and the Constitution modifier, right? It's both.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. Yeah.
So for
No.
her, it's a +2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I gotta drop something to
Okay.
attune to it though, so I gotta figure that out.
Yeah. But then if you look at it when she invokes the rune on it, she can add her hit dice to the damage, to the attack roll and the damage roll. So
Ooh.
it's great.
And is that? I assume that's just a daily recharge, no roll, right?
Yeah.
It's just okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and wait, is this like like my arm getting like bigger and whatnot, or kind of more like?
This is the
Well-
feeling for you. This is
Oh,
just
it's
like
just a feeling.
for
It's
you.
not. It's not a
Yeah.
physical thing.
Does anybody remember the scene in Smallville when Clark Kent grabs the red
Oh,
kryptonite
yeah,
and has
yeah,
that
yeah.
big blood like rushing up his arm and his eyes
Mhm.
go red for a split moment and then he's like, "Ooh, look at me, I'm sexy now." Like that's kind of what happens to you right now.
Okay,
Like
all right.
that rush of like, yeah, this is good. I like this. I want more of
Oh,
this feeling.
fuck.
Where
This
did that
can't-
wind come from,
this
and why
can't
is your
survive.
hair blowing?
This can't end well. This is
I-
gonna be okay. This is fine. Everything's
Yeah,
okay. Everything's fine.
So, can I just add a little roleplay moment just for a sec? To that? Okay.
No, absolutely not. This is
No!
not the game for it.
No, so she's holding it and she feels the poke in her hand and the sucking. And she kind of like winces, just "Ow, what the fuck?" Like kind of audibly says it out loud, and then like the whole feeling starts, and she's kind of got like she's kind of confused at first for like half a second, and then like while all this shit is going on, thank you, Splendor. While all this shit's going on, like a big smile, like a kind of almost eerily like creepy grin for half a second, like spreads across her face, and then she just kind of like shakes her head and comes back to it. And Roshan can see all of this, like this whole thing, and then she just kind of like takes like a big like exhale after the fact. Sorry, it's just a Grim's face. But yeah, just a big exhale after everything.
He's just staring at her. Okay, yeah, no, it was a good idea to give you that, and I will have to keep telling myself that.
All I'm gonna say is out of all of the group, I feel closest to you. You need to watch me. This feels really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie, but you gotta watch me.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I haven't made a mistake. That's perfectly normal. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then we're heading off to meet up with the other three.
As
You
soon
all
as
head out.
he like turns to start getting dressed, it's just that wide-eyed like I have fucked up so severely.
She's just going about like regular stuff.
You all head out of the tower, make your way towards the gatehouse. And Kyla can sense the fresh smell of blood and air on the wind as you approach the guard tower. Back at the other group, you all wait probably a good 15 minutes. The guard comes out. The guard itself comes out maybe 2 minutes later. They're just going over their war council at the moment. Anvin informed as soon as they're done, he'll come out and greet you all. He has lots to discuss with you, and if you could all just wait, either you can wait here or let him know where he can find you, and he'll reach out to you all whenever they've completed.
I feel like we can wait here, right? Because the group is gonna come eat us.
You know, I'm really glad that you're around sometimes because I was about to say we're just going to fuck off and do what we wanted to do in the first place. And I think that my answer is probably the bad one because I had that, it was mine. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just come to know that you're the problem. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah, I guess we're waiting. If we're going to keep doing that, though, Conta's going to pull out a smut book. And he's just going to start reading smut terrain out loud.
Did you just quote the famous bard Taylor Swift?
Look, I don't talk about this much, but T Swift is from my town.
They call her Tay Tay over there.
You know T Swift?
Who's
Yeah,
that?
go. Look, dude, look, I'm not supposed to. We're close, right? I'm a ghostwriter. She doesn't write her own stuff.
Can you give me an autograph?
No, it's worthless.
Oh.
What the fuck? An autograph is going. What? I'm gonna read my lady some smut. And anyways, he caressed her, and then he just gets back to reading smut out loud in front of the guard. Does the guard like it? Is he into
Oh my
it?
goodness.
You see every once in a while he's very much standing on guard, trying not to pay attention to you. But when you do, and her heaving breast just broke open the bodice and presented themselves to the muscular man. He's like, looks over and then gets back and just sits there going, and his erectile, and just keeps going. And every once in a while he's getting distracted, but he's doing his best to do his job.
Can I be a bitch and ask for something? Because I know full well the books I have are the big print books that we got from Simon's mom. Okay. And so I assume the guard is kind of like trying to peek over to read because these words are fucking this big because they're for 80-year-olds.
The book is literally like this fucking thick.
Yeah. At one point, after you're reading for like a second or two, Rita will come over and then we can do voices,
Yeah.
read different parts. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking love it.
Roll me performance, you two.
Okay.
Because you are literally putting on a sex play at the moment, currently in these barracks, because you're both doing the male and female voices.
If this was a sex play, it'd be a little different. I tell you what. What is my performance?
Sorry,
I got
a live action sex reading.
Okay, your 7 is made up by my 14 plus 5. So
19.
Right, that's performance. Yeah, 19. I got 19 total.
See, like everybody when Compton is doing his sections, like they're kind of hanging on to it, and then when Raina, and then I grabbed his and just reading it like just a text, right? Not doing a voice or anything like that, just reading it word for word. I was like, kind of killing it. But yeah, you once again, after about 15 minutes, you see Anvin will come out of the gate. You see once again that tiefling male and the gnomish woman, they kind of head out of the tent as well, move off into the crowd. Anvin, yes, Compton, Raina, Farron, pleasure to see you all again. I hope your evening was well, and you're all well rested for the day ahead of us.
Yeah, slept like a baby. Real quick, Graham, the tiefling and the elven woman? Or it was a dwarven woman. Doesn't matter. The tiefling
Gnomish,
yep. Gnomish, thank you. I'm a fucking idiot. No auras of bad juju?
Nope.
It's going to be the inner circle, guys. I'm telling you. Okay. Yeah, no, we slept great. I took a bath. Everybody got a bath. Actually, we had a good dinner. There was some beef stew, fucking cranberries for some reason. Some
Don't
folks
knock my
just
cranberries.
They said you
straight
needed
into the
something.
fucking
What?
trash. Yeah, the fuck is this order thing? I thought that we was supposed to be operating in a way that was just like, oh, we'd figure out the effort. Like we're going in a second wave with a group. I thought we had talked about it. We're finna go. Is this are we?
No, you're not the second wave of another group. You're the second entry. We have different waves, different groups heading in at different times. You're your own battalion. As you can see, and he points out and you see there's groups of like 5, 10, 15, 10, 10, 5, 5, 5 of people in all different groups when you finally like start looking around. You're the second wave. We have one group who's heading in first, one of our larger ones, points over at like 20 people. They're going to be going to the west out of the gate, search on. And then if you want, we wanted to assign you going east, because you all do know our old companion who is at the other gate. So I thought that'd be the best way for your directions to head, as you already have that.
Yeah, no, actually, that's fine. The confusion was in it. It had come across on receipt that we were going to be with a group, and I felt concerned about that.
Did you read
okay.
the orders, or did you just assume?
Nobody gave me any orders.
He gave you a sheet of paper.
No, he did. No, I know Compton was lying, guys. I know. I remember what I did with the other ones.
Roll me deception.
No, I followed it up. I said nobody gave me any papers. No, he gave me some papers. Like it's the same thing I did with the fire thing, right?
All right.
Yeah. And he's
well,
like,
if you read the papers that were provided to you, you would have saw that your battalion names were, of course, the ones that you gave me of your group, the ex-cons.
Everything's just so confusing here. That's fine. Okay.
Well,
hey,
I
is that
apologize.
everything all smoothed over? By the way, the thing with the
didn't go over well. That's why I'm talking to you, and that the commander is not here as well. So he understands you had a decision to make. He is grateful for what you all did in helping take the fort. He disagrees with your actions, but as I've said, you've given us, and I smoothed it over the best I could. You gave us good information we did not have. You helped take in the fort, and as far as we can tell, you seem to be powerful allies to have. So, for the time being, though he doesn't want to have direct contact with all of you, at the moment, he is giving you leniency to do what you all seem to do best.
This is one of those opportunities I'm gonna grow as a person and keep my mouth shut. Look at that. Look, growth, everybody. Look at that.
I would highly
remember
recommend
what's
in this
today?
situation.
I don't know what
Proud of
today is. Thank you. What? I'm sorry, Anna. I was so excited about myself. What happened?
I was just going to say, I'm glad to hear that. This is a good opportunity to choose that. As you can see on your sheet, you have a battalion group named Butt. We fully expected whatever assignment we would assign to you would most likely be ignored. Just gives you a long look. So
we would have talked about it. I'm a conversationalist. I don't want to just ignore it. I want to come to terms.
It's fine. We've had conversations in the past, and words were just chosen to be ignored, and that is perfectly fine. We fully understand how to use you, and that's to set you free and loose. This isn't for discussion. This is just the way it is.
This is Compton's visibly. Maybe Raina picks up on this. I don't know if Farron picks up on this. This isn't for discussion bit. That piece, that single piece, all of a sudden, the general happy-go-lucky look in Compton's eyes is just erased, and it just goes like hard, right? Oh, it's not for discussion. You hear that? But none of this. Farron, you hear that? We're not having discussions no more. You hear it?
I heard it loud and clear.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you. And Compton just turns. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna fucking leave.
And I think I don't know how because it's flavorish, right? But I think his hands start glowing the way that they do when he's like gonna throw some fire at some shit. Not full on like fire coming off of it, but like like an induction oven or stovetop where it's red, it just turns red because it's hot. I think the insides of his palms, especially like in the pads of his fingers, they just start like being red and orange as he's walking.
So
Raina,
both Farron. Yep. Sorry.
Raina will just take Compton's hand and just put I'll just lightly cast Gust, but like as really cold, and just take your hand.
A hand fan.
And Farron, you would know. So Reyna turns with Compton, and it's that moment of like two people clashing for a second. Maybe it's like same personalities, whatever it is, or just two very what would be the best way to say it? Two big personalities colliding against each other. When Compton is turning at the exact same time he's turning, Anvin knows the conversation is done and doesn't need to go any further. So he's doing that turn to head the opposite direction. You see Compton's hands start to glow, and you see Anvin's hand is at the hilt of his sword and turns and starts to walk.
Guys, I'm gonna kill Anvin one day. This is so good. This is the origin story. It's happening, guys. Session 75 is where it starts. When Anvin dies in session 90, remember today. Babe, what's today?
The 14th of Elriff.
And there it is, folks.
Oh
I tried.
my gosh.
I was such a good boy. I was such a good boy.
And at that point, I would say
I saw shades of my stepfather in this man, and I immediately was like, "Oh, okay, let's."
Compton, in your
You'll
head,
see.
you're gonna hear.
Yep.
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
Compton, in your head, you're gonna hear. Don't let it. Don't just walk away. Come on, let's go.
My favorite part about the imagery to that is Compton's already walking away. He's ahead of you. Like let's go. He's already.
Okay.
Don't undo it because it's so perfect for Farron.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Farron's just staring at Anvin. Just
He's
walk away,
aware of
Compton.
things
Wait.
happening and then just.
So hyper focused on Anvin. He's like, yeah, Compton, just walk away. Oh, he's already leaving.
Exactly.
so good.
So all of you will see probably about 20-25 people lined up at the gate on the opposite side of the fort. You assume heading into the city of the Khura'in. And then all of a sudden you will see walking up on the bastion in front of all of these soldiers over top of the gate. You'll see the commander. Everyone remember, we are here as peacekeepers. We are here to find the corruption that is within Khura'in. We are here to help the people, not to hurt them. We understand that there are some unknown entities, monsters, that dwell within the city of the Khura'in. All I ask is each and every one of you think twice before acting. Remember that these people are just like you. Your women and children and families at home. Your husbands. Your lovers. Your family. So please treat them as such and hold back any hostility until you know. But also be safe. We've been informed by an individual, Compton Weller, that raids should only be done during the day. So, 1st Battalion, move as quickly as you can through the city, going west, but you only have until around 4 o'clock. Then we require you to head back towards the keep. This will be a main operation. If any of you find yourselves deep within the city and cannot return in the time before night, please find a safe place, hunker down, and set up your barricades. We wish you luck and hope to see you all again later this evening. May the gods be with you. They all either as the gate starts to open and they all start to push out into the city. At that point, I'd say Roshan and Kyla would arrive at the guardhouse.
So when we're walking up, is there somebody like at the gate watching for arrivals, or do we have to get somebody's
Yes.
attention to be let in?
No, you will see the person's walking. Same thing when they all entered. You see another individual just calls down, seeing you all approach, and then we'll just very slightly open the gate just enough for you all to get through.
Okay.
Roshan isn't looking for them because he knows that he's bad at looking for people, so he's fully silently expecting Kyla to find their friends.
Oh man.
I already said it, but man, do I not want to be doing this right now.
What, just going into the crowd or all
Going
of it?
into the city, the crowd is fine.
Mm. Well, I hope that the talk went well with the three of them, considering.
Oh, how could it not? We're all so charming.
Right. And then so while we're walking, because Kyla's kind of clued into the fact, like, you know, Roshan's just walking. She like puts out her hand. Okay, come on, we gotta go find them to like hold hands with them.
He'll
I'll say-
gladly be led around.
Group 1 and Group 2, both roll me perception checks. Either one of you will catch sight of each other.
Okay,
Depends on
perception.
Who will see first? Yep.
Okay, hold up.
19.
Perfect.
Wait. Modified 20.
No. Wait. Oh shit. 21.
Okay.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
That's these eyes catching each other from across a fucking crowded room.
What'd
Hey,
you get,
what's up,
Farron?
Raina?
And then the fucking sexual energy's like.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you roll Farron or no?
Oh.
You're a perceptive person too, so I assume you would be looking around.
Wait, and you got a modified 20?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Perception?
Yep.
Yes.
Natural 1.
Okay.
Oh no!
Look
So-
at those hot hands.
Kyla, you are the first one to catch the other group walking through. You all do have a presence. Like, a lot of the people are either guardsmen, very much same garb. People are other low-end mercenaries. You all have, let's be honest, you all have flair wherever you go. You guys have outfits. You guys have garb that are very, they stand out. You have adventurer's gear to the nines. And
I'm
as you
literally
see,
on fire.
Exactly. You catch Raina, and you're just about to like raise up your hand and maybe yell out. And Raina, from the corner of your eye, maybe she's in the motion of raising her hand up, and you see and you catch eye contact with Kyla. And Farron, you just keep walking.
Yeah. As we're walking just before, like, you know, meeting up with Raina and them, like the hand that Kyla held the cleaver in, she kind of like winces for a second, kind of like, you know, like cracks it around for a second, and then kind of snaps back. Still sort of like, you know, getting used to the feeling, but takes a moment, looks at Raina, and makes her way there, pulling Roshan with her.
Rosetta's looking in the
Yeah.
complete opposite direction.
Elstoff Compton and Farron. Hey, there's they are.
Yeah, found him.
Wonderful. I'm so excited.
Farron's
You
still
s-
walking.
You sound so incredibly excited.
I'll get over it once we're actually in the city. It's just getting there that's the trouble.
All right. So then we all make it
And-
to
As
Each
you
other.
two make eye contact and head towards each other, we're going to take a break there, everybody.
Yay! I like that in this scenario that this game is.
Raina and Compton's walking around situation is very much like my mother's and mine when I was a child, in that I have a backpack with a leash on it. Raina's making sure that I'm going where I'm supposed to go. And I really like that. There's something comforting there.
The imagery, I can't.
Don't worry, I got you.
We need
All right,
Red
everybody,
Cap.
we'll be
Watch
right
the
back.
VOD and draw this.
What
Be right
little
back, everybody.
chibi Compton with a fucking child leash that Raina's using?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay.
Hello,
So
everybody.
Perfect timing. Look at that perfect timing. Guys at home, you didn't know it. He just sat down in the chair.
Yep.
He just sat down and we
Like,
were ready
was
to fucking
still-
go.
Was still sitting down when he said hello.
Yep.
Is it a problem to have good timing?
No, it was wonderful.
No,
I said
that's
it
why
was
we're
great.
praising you for it. What the fuck?
I know. It's just I had a little situation came up and I had to take care of it real quick.
Yeah,
Gotta be taking care of it.
Damn, if Ghost guessed it. Didn't want to say it, but Ghost guessed it.
I'm eating this Death by Chocolate. It looks a little bit like poop. I'm thinking of you now, Grim.
Oh my
Awesome.
That
god.
looks so good. Real
So-
quick,
Yep.
Grim,
Yeah.
did you add the amulet to?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I can attune to it and everything.
It's a handout there. You can look at it.
Give me a
You're
second.
gonna need to make a D&D Beyond item, but Splendor is already doing it. It sounds like.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The
All right.
amulet's more
Thank you,
complicated than
Splendor.
the sword was.
Thanks, Splendor. You're great. Thanks,
I'll
Graham.
have-
I
I'll
love
have
you.
it to
You don't
by
have
the end of
to.
the session.
You don't have to do any of the other stuff though, Splendor, because he is undead. So just worry about the first section.
It's just that it's a whole thing. I'll do the rest of the session. It's fine.
Thank
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay. So as you're all in the barracks, you match eyes. You all head towards each other, and we start back there.
Compton on his backpack leash.
Can't get that fucking imagery out of my head.
Farron just still
Choker chain.
walking, not paying attention.
It is more like a choker chain. You're right. Actually, now that I think about
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Hey,
we
guys.
know what we're doing, or
Yeah, we're going out soon. So we're gonna be the second group of people heading out, and we're gonna go east.
Okay. How did the
Yeah.
how did talking go?
Oh,
Good, I
alright.
assume. Yeah, see, I told you.
Always good to just check.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a misunderstanding where we thought we were being put into a larger group, but that was not the case. We just didn't
Oh, okay.
That will happen. Yeah.
We're not supposed to talk about it.
The
No
fact that
further
we didn't
discussion.
really did-
Actually, was what I recalled.
Sassy bitch.
It's sounding a little bit like maybe the talks didn't go so well.
Compton, by the way,
See?
isn't like presenting the way he normally does. Like he's standing to his full fucking height. Like he's very much just.
Someone
I
was
don't
being
know
a
the
little
right
bit of
way.
a grump.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's incredibly fucking like.
Is it? Are you also mad because we didn't get breakfast? So that's what I'm at.
No, Andrin was being a little bit of a bitch.
That's great. I love that.
Gambit needs to just shut the fuck up, man.
He's kind of in charge, so maybe not actually.
Yeah, we
Okay,
find
you-
ourselves at the precipice of a complication, actually, if you think about it, because we're here to help them, but they're douchebags. So, like, what do? You know what I mean?
Kyla's kind of like saying what I just said. Like Kyla's kind of saying things that aren't normally what she does. She's not like, she's a little bit more, not like snappy, but a little bit more like sharp, I guess.
I have to say this, Grim, your characters are wonderful. I love your NPCs. Let me be a bitch. I see you shake your head, and you have to know
I
it's
shake
not
my
you.
head because you guys are fucking. No, it's not me. It's not
We
me.
bully
I
all the
know it's not me.
NPCs.
It's fully you guys. You guys are like, we signed up for the army. We showed up. We're here to help them. But we did sign up for the army, and we're upset that we're not instantly generals? What is this?
No,
I just
we're
want to be
we're-
left alone.
We're bullying the NPCs.
I know you do, but you signed up. Like, if you guys showed up in Karain and were like, hey, we're just going to do this thing, this is great. But you guys are like, we're here to be a part of this. And we're
Yeah,
going to help
we
you.
did
So,
go through the official avenues, which is where we fucked up. Because
Look,
Yes.
on the sign-up sheet, there wasn't a place to put the fact that we are 11th level adventurers, so they don't know how cool we are.
They're going to
Yep,
find
exactly.
out when I set their town on fire.
but
Yeah,
continue.
no, so
I
we're
had to
supposed
state that, though.
No, you're right. I just look, Compton being a bitch is not Rob being a bitch. We're close, but they're not fully related. You know what I mean? So
This is great. I love this.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be the one that's like sending out bad vibes. It turns out that I'm one of the ones in the best mood around here, which is
Well,
so cool.
fucking bully for you. You want a gold star? I bet I can make. Actually, I can. And Compton will reach out and put his finger on your chest and minor illusion, a nice little gold star.
Oh, when he touches Roshan's chest and grab his wrist, hey, real quick, look at me. You can do that shit with the rabble. That's fine. You and me, we're going into this terrible place together. We need to pretend like we're cool.
What?
This attitude is bullshit. I have not upset you. Don't
I
think
tried to
as if I
give you a
have.
gold star about it. Look, boop. Then he tries to boop your nose.
It
With
smacks
the
his
other
hand
hand.
away. The condescension is great, and honestly, I do like it. I'm just saying it feels like it's coming from a place where like you're mad at somebody else, and you would be giving these stars to somebody else, but you can't.
No, actually, you're 100% correct in the fact that I am angry at somebody else. I just think that you starting the conversation passive aggressively, talking about how I thought I'd be the negative one, blah, 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 instead of just directly saying, look at you guys being the negative ones. It's a little pot kettle. You know what I mean? So we're going this way, and Compton fucks off the direction of east, like the gate
It's
to
so
the
good that
east.
there's something in the air, I guess. Maybe the water. I've not drank the water here.
The mist or something.
God damn it. I knew this place was so
I
bad.
forgot to mention in my recap, going back, that that Farron and Roshan took a beautiful magic journey up into the air.
It's a whole
They
new
did?
fun.
We did do that. This is great. Hey, where is Farron? He is not with you.
He was, yeah,
He like points to the place beside Raina where Farron would be.
yeah. Where the fuck did Farron go?
He had kept walking, right?
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raina will
Sir,
catch up to him and grab him and bring him back to the group.
see a group of soldiers.
Farron-
Sir, we don't know. We've never heard of this Roshan you're speaking of. We haven't seen him around the fort. We're waiting for our orders.
No, he's
Farron,
pretty
Farron,
much made of fire. He's very handsome, if I do say so myself.
No. So
over
But
here,
he's,
buddy.
but oh hey, there they are.
Yeah.
If we saw a fire, oh, there is a fireman.
yeah, so
I
while
told
Farron,
you he was hot.
so while Farron's standing there, and because I have Roshan's head in one of my hands with my free hand, I like pull Roshan with me and walk over and grab Farron's hand and just pull him over, like so he's like within the vicinity of like the group of us.
Thank you.
He's with us. Sorry.
Found him,
We are just so competent that it hurts.
right?
They should trust us more. I think that by the end of today, we should all be captains. With the hats and everything. We're just so good at this.
I don't want to wear a hat.
Neither do I. It's bad for my hair.
It would just
I already
burn
have,
off,
I already
right?
have a crown. It's stuck in my head. I can't take it off.
Oh shit,
I really
right?
should deal with that.
Doesn't
Cutting
it like?
circulation to the top of your head, and
Yeah, I was
your
gonna
hair
say,
will start falling out.
doesn't it hurt your
If
head
you like
at
it,
all?
that's fine.
Not anymore. It's kind of. It makes me like an extra 5 inches taller, and I'm not sure how. I keep hitting it on the top of the door when I go through doorways. I don't like it.
Yeah,
You'll
but
be
if you
used to it.
Yeah, but if you hit it, actually, never mind. No. Nope, never mind. Never mind.
You want me to file it down for you?
Oh, that could work.
No, I think maybe we should find a way to take it off so we can sell it.
How much you think it would go for?
I don't know.
So as you're
Well,
sitting
that's
there having this conversation,
We're
you
just
hear a horn.
bullshitting.
Second battalion, approach the gate.
Oh, that's us.
Oh,
That's us.
Yeah,
Compton's at the
second roll.
gate. Compton's at the gate. He's just standing there cross-armed, like muttering to himself. He's just staring out at the fucking middle distance, going like, I had every opportunity to have a conversation with them and let them know about some fucking blackbirds that might be spying on him, but I guess he already knows everything he wants to know. Why the fuck are we here? That is him. He's just fucking.
So Kyla's gonna I still got Roshan and Farron's hands. Gonna just like walk with them, lead them to the gate where Compton is.
What do you think the over/under is today on us having to kill like a person? Like
Um,
monsters, that's on site, obviously, but there are also bad people here, right?
Yeah, we
So-
probably will maybe kill a person today. I don't know.
Oh.
The day is still young.
I'm not excited by that prospect, if I'm honest.
By the likelihood of us having to kill a person?
Yeah, well, it's because they're all kind of just people, right? I mean, most of them, except for the ones that aren't.
But what if they're an asshole? Like, what's
I
his
can
face?
understand the instinct to kill assholes, but maybe, there are worse things
You're
one
all
can do
standing
than
in
be
front of the
kind
gate at
mean.
this point.
I think Compton's
Yes,
Yeah,
ready to do it. I
gathered.
mean,
Compton just in its own little fucking world.
So you
Compton's
all
raring
are
and ready
having
to
this.
go. I think.
We're just kind of within arm's reach of Compton to signify that we are with him.
It's great because you're all having this conversation. I don't know if anybody would even pay attention as the commander comes up over the gate and gives you the same speech and spiel as the other one. And I don't know, do you guys just keep having your conversation
Yes.
completely ignoring
Oh,
this
fuck
man?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Compton's not paying attention to this guy.
Yeah.
This is
Never once.
Desmond, right? That's his name.
Yes.
The commander,
Yes.
yeah.
Roshan does look, because he doesn't care, right? Because yeah, I'm not going to come in here and rampantly murder people. I don't need to be told that, but I'll pretend like I'm paying attention to you.
Raina heard it before, so.
What I love most about it is it's like from like a third party view from the corner of the fucking keep. There's this one dude standing by himself just talking to the middle distance. There's this group of motherfuckers just having this animated conversation. One of them is kind of looking up at the commander. The commander is clearly trying to tell him some shit, and they're just like, what's happening?
Fully
What's
ignoring
give
this
a
man.
fuck.
Yeah. Yes. And
Yeah.
you guys will see with this action, people do take notice, right? Like the commander of this excursion into Karain is being fully ignored by your group, except for one man who's looking up at him and probably looks a little like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Told this guy.
Because it's literally like, okay, I get it. For idiots, this is inspiring. I already know that these are human beings.
We know.
You don't I'm not war crazy. I'm here as a fucking charity worker.
And as he does his last line, may the gods be in your favor. You hear the gate like tick, 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 opens up just enough that you all could walk out, pretty much in like a file of maybe 2 to 3 people in a row.
I am when he completes it, because I assume this grand speech, because we are the 2nd battalion, it's just us at the gate receiving this, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
I assume fully that because Roshan is the only one paying attention, Desmond does look at him.
Yeah, oh yeah, because you're the only one actually giving him any look.
So by the time he's done, Roshan will nod. Like, he's not trying to be an asshole, but it's just like, come on, man, I get it, and just give him a little nod to be like, thank you, and leave.
Yeah.
This is where the party dies. In the city of Karain, or becomes criminals.
If we get friendly fired out here, we're burning the whole fucking place down.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
All right.
I've
So-
got a murder blade now. I'm not afraid to fucking use that bitch.
As you all head out into the city of Karain, you look out, and as you do, so I'll show you all first off on the map where you're all going. So you are moving from the fort this direction. If I remember correctly, that was your guys' plan, and it
Yes.
does make sense. You all
Mhm.
know, you all know Corson very well. You have a foothold into there, so it did make sense. And Anvin even understood this, that you would want to meet up with the other battalion of people because you know who is leading the other battalion. So you all move into this square. As you see, heading into the city, Karain, the fog is dense. And the further you move in, the light of day is now fully encompassing the city the best it can. The large mountain range making potholes of shadow that always stay in almost like a perpetual darkness. Depending on the time of the day, there will always be dark spots in the city, you can tell. And this thick fog that permeates as you look out further from the city, you can still see probably about a good 35, 40 feet in front of you where you are now. But you can see the fog seems to block off any far vision and gets thicker the further you go in. You see the buildings here are a bit more ramshackled. You don't know if there was a fight here at one point or just poorly maintained, and this may be the city proper. But many of the windows are boarded up, doors off of hinges, roofs haven't been rethatched from very long ago, but you do see there are buildings that are a little bit more refined, a little more taken care of, but there are the patches of almost abandoned houses all around you. But you see that there is a main path heading further into the city, another path heading towards the west, and another path heading a little bit more east.
I have two questions that are mechanical in nature.
Yes.
The way Compton and I understand fog is it's a temperature thing. It's a temperature and a pressure thing.
Yep.
You should be able to burn fog off. If you make it hot enough, it'll pare back.
Mhm.
And so Compton is going to make an attempt to see if there is some kind of correlation, because my concern is this isn't so much a fog as it's like a smoky miasma. You know what I mean? Like a
Mhm.
whatever. So if there's an opportunity, if there's like a sconce, like a torch, I assume this is like the kind of town that would have torches on the street.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
I'm gonna light one and then control flames to try to make it burn really as bright as it's gonna get, right? And to see if it does have any effect on the surrounding fog around it.
So you will see as you light this torch, but first when you light it up, it doesn't seem to do much of anything. But as you make the flame like brighter and brighter, you start to see the fog dissipate around it. And it seems to be reacting the way you expect, but as you wait and watch it for a little bit, you start to see the fog push back in and the light goes to back the original state it was at. The very bright, radiant fire you were making gets crushed down into just a normal flame.
And this might be an intelligence check. I am thinking that mental notes, right? Maybe there's value in creating like bonfires interdispersed, right? Because like a bonfire is a huge flame. It's big, even if it's normal size. It is large, and from an attacking forces perspective, anything to push back the mist is kind of a good thing. Do I get the sensation that if we can build a naturally occurring fire that is large in size, that it would still push the fog back?
I would say with you being who you are and understanding these type of things, you can build one, and if you build like a mobile one, you're going to have to keep reapplying your magic to keep expanding it to push back the flame. So like where your control flame is, if you build a base flame and use control flame to like spread it up, the miasma is going to fight it after a while. But if you, whenever it starts to condense back down, if you push it back out, it'll kind of give you that radius that you feel comfortable with, maybe.
He's thinking of planning for the rest of the town, right? Like, well, if we can get the incoming troops, if we put out these bonfire lines and stuff, that is like a relative safety for them as they push into the city. But not so much to travel with us, but just like here's one, and 20 feet
Oh,
down
okay.
is another
Safe
one. You know what I
zones.
mean?
Got it. Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the other question I had is regarding movement. So we know where we're coming in from, and we know where the gate that Orsic is at, and we know
Yes.
that is
I'll
up
pull
and
the map for
to
you.
the right. If our goal, I guess the question is how long does it take to move a hex?
I already told you
Unimpeded.
15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Okay,
unimpeded.
cool. So unimpeded movement gets us up to that gate in 45 minutes, roughly.
Yes.
To clear a hex, depending on the complexity of it, it's going to vary, right? But I would assume at a minimum, it's what, maybe an hour or two at a minimum.
Yep.
Okay. So
if we were to full clear a 3 hex pathway from here to the gate hex, it's a 6-hour day minimum of work.
Depending on the squares you go through, but yeah.
Right. Okay. And I think Compton is just kind of very systematically relaying out all of that. Like, so everything I just worked out with you mechanically, he's saying that to his friends. Obviously, the fire does this, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, if we want to just beeline it, we could probably get there in 45 minutes. However, and he's just really ensuring that people are getting dry information about how we want to proceed. But he's not making any calls, and that's something to be noticed.
All right. I mean, that sounds good. I think we should try to clear a path to the other gate if we can.
I'm all for helping. Let's go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, then I guess.
And
Yeah, so I mean, based on what we're looking at, there's houses and structures around us, and they're ramshackled, like Grim describes. Compton fully assumes that they're inhabited, whether or not they're ramshackled. So the idea here is, look, if we want to do our job the way that we're supposed to, we need to check your house. We need to knock on the doors and see who's there and see how it's going. And then if there are sellers in any of these houses, we need to take a peek for tunnels. Possibly.
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
All right. Let's go first house.
Hold on. Just there's so many of us.
Yeah, we want to divide and conquer here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we
Not
do.
alone.
Yeah, no solos. So just 2 teams, I suppose.
Yeah, we need a friendly face in each one. Because these people are not bound to be happy to see us if there are people here to see us.
Is there a play to be had that's like, hey, we're just here to kill monster folks?
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's implied, but the
We've-
trouble is whether or not they believe us.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
I don't know what the car is or a warranty.
Well, warranty, you're going to get me sidetracked. What if, though, I think I could probably just see a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Assuming that the problem can be seen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, well, not hopefully, but I feel like they would hide their problems if they knew that they were there.
It's also daylight. Although I don't understand how it works if they're inside a vessel. I'm sorry, I'm totally talking about people as if they're vessels. They kind of are. Okay, so, okay, let's divide and conquer then. But this is so fucking important. It don't matter where we're at. We need to keep the other group in eye shot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So one side of the street and the other side of the street, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to move up in connection. And if we do find a house that does need further examination that requires going into it, we need to do that. We need to link back up.
Hmm.
Yep. That makes sense.
Okay.
The
Why is
abandoned
Grim
houses, we should
laughing at us?
mark them and just leave the doors open to make it clear nobody is here.
I mean, I would just say take it a step further. Remove the door. Open
Yeah, but
doors
that's
can
a
be
whole
closed.
that's a whole thing. I don't have like tools to remove a door.
Oh, yeah. I
So
suppose.
opening it is kind of like removing it, but easier.
Yeah. And then how are we marking it? Something that's permanent, right? Something that's not just going to get wiped off.
I did not have any ideas for that. I just
You-
wanted
Well, you
to build
got your
something.
paints, right?
Yeah, I could paint a big.
Or
what-
should we scorch a X on each door?
That's what I was
Something-
thinking. Yeah, like scorch it. Yeah.
I mean, I
doors
just
can
don't
be
want to run.
replaced.
Yeah. I think just put a nice symbol above the door, like above it, because again, you open or close the door, then you don't see the symbol. It needs to be visible on the surface. So let's just above the door. We'll put a. Is there a name for this campaign?
No,
So the fucking.
it's just a nice classic X.
Yeah, I suppose that would do.
What if we put boobies? There's
I'm
that.
doing that. Okay, so who's going with who?
Come on, I'm gonna go with Raina.
Yeah, are you taking somebody else with you?
Shocking.
That's up to you, guy.
All right, Farron, you're with Compton and Ryan. Kylo, you're with me.
Compton laughs for the first time in like the morning.
And Rashawn will like take Kyla by the arm and lead her across the street.
Okay. Okay. Sounds fine to me.
Farron's gonna give them the fucking side eye.
Jealous
ignoring it.
much?
He can't be thinking about any of this. He needs to focus on the task at hand.
All right, let's go, you guys.
Yeah. Okay, so which one of us is supposed to be the friendly face?
Her.
Okay.
Have you heard her talk about people? Do you remember?
Have you seen her face?
Look, I love her to death, right? No, I would do unspeakable things for,
Okay.
from
And,
Raina here.
and I don't mean this in a negative way, but you know, your eye patch kind of it's badass, but it's also not very, you know.
I like
Oh,
it.
so we're shaming the disabled now.
No.
It's fine. I couldn't be the face ever because I've only got the one eye. What was I thinking? Having aspirations and hopes and dreams.
I like it. Rita will kiss Compton on the cheek.
Thank you. Some of us try to rise above our adversities, man. I'm just saying.
Rita will knock on the door.
All right.
Oh
So you all
my
push in
God.
further into the city, traversing the mist, right?
Yeah.
I need everybody to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Great.
Oh,
DC's
great.
19.
19?
19. Oh.
Ooh.
18
Is this a spell?
high.
Hmm?
Is this a
Yes,
spell?
actually.
I got
Ah.
an 11.
That's because my guess was just bad vibes. I got a 15 plus 5, 20.
A 5 is not going to do it.
23.
Hold
All
up.
right. So 2 failures, 2 passes.
10 on the 17.
Okay. So 3 failures.
Fuck.
So we'll go down the list as I can see them on the screen. Compton, you are looking out through the fog. You all are having this argument. You see Raina heading towards the door. Compton, what is your biggest failure or regret?
I hate this already.
Oh, man, that's such a good question. Also,
This
because
is gonna get so
apparently,
fucked up.
because I'm autistic and need clarification. Can you tell me, when you talk about my biggest failure, you mean things that I actually have control over, or things that I look back being like, that was a decision I made that was bad?
That was, yes, either one. Like this is what Compton would feel as his biggest failure in any of those types of scenarios. Like, what is something that keeps him awake at night? It doesn't depend on like what he did, or maybe his lack of action, or his actions. It all just depends on the way he would perceive as his greatest either failure or regret.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. I think Compton is constantly just eating away at himself about his inability to get accepted into schools of magic before dying. It wasn't until Trevor came and brought in that innate magic that he was then able to take that and further it, because everything before that he was just shut down and they never let him in. And he solely thinks that was his ability that was the problem.
Okay.
I don't like that I gave you that, by the way. I also feel like I've been
Marina. Same question.
It would be, I think, leaving Mabel at Madame Martel's house.
Okay. The next one would be, of course, Kyla.
Uh, probably like not being able to help save her mom, but also on the flip side of that, not standing up to her father.
Okay. And last but not least, of course, Roshan.
I think deep down, though it's not like a consistent thought, the longer he's away, it's leaving home.
Leaving home, or would you say leaving his mother?
Yeah, leaving his mother is the thing, but
Yeah.
I think that he does his best to not think about it that way because that hurts worse than leaving
Okay.
home.
So I need all of you who failed to add 1 sorrow counter.
Great.
Hold on a second. I feel bad about a lot of things. I don't know about feeling sad about it. Now I don't like this game. I don't want to feel sad.
Sorrow plus what?
I don't like these counters.
It's just sorrow counter 1.
Okay.
It makes me nervous.
Yep.
You all don't feel any. You all
makes
don't feel
me
any
nervous.
different. You just have like when you're walking through the mist, you have like that. You don't know why, but you think back. Like, are you guys going to? Are you going to regret what you're going to do here? Is there a chance you might fail? Things in your past, like Compton, if you just did magic sooner, maybe you could have stopped this. Maybe you could have understood what was happening in Karain before any of this happened. Why were the magic items being sent up higher? Same with Reina. If you didn't leave Mabel there, maybe if you took Mabel out, maybe that would have stopped what was going on in the forest. You could have gotten out of there sooner. Maybe you wouldn't have been so distracted with that regret that maybe you all would have headed a different direction. You wouldn't have followed this path that you went. Kyla, maybe if you helped your mother, she would have more prepared you for the situation you're walking into. Maybe you'd be a better cleric. Maybe you'd be more prepared of the world around you. Maybe you would have left your home sooner if you stood up to your father sooner. And Roshan, you're looking at this city the way it is, and you can only help but think maybe there's people in here that are in the same situation as your mother. Maybe they want to leave. Maybe they want to go as well and go to other places than their home, but they don't have the means to leave. Just like you could have left. You have those means, but your mother had to stay so that you could leave. As you all head out through the fog. This is an investigation square. So, going through the investigation, you all can use 3 rolls in an investigation square. You can use charisma checks, such as persuasions, intimidations, everything like that. You can use an investigation check or a perception check when going through here, depending on what you're all wanting to do in this square and how you're going about it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
There are multiple things within the square that can be found. It just depends on what you're all doing and how well everything goes.
Dice
That makes
gods. Yes.
So,
All right.
Reina, Farron, and Compton are heading one way on the street. And then we have Roshan and Kyla. You all start knocking on doors one by one, going through. Some you're not getting any answers to, anything like that. I can have one person from each group can choose what they want to do. A charisma check, and an investigation, or a perception check. As you're heading your way through the city, door after door, you're knocking, you're just not getting any responses. You're not even seeing any lights. So the first couple houses, you look at them in the way they are presented, the ruin that they're in, these have probably been long abandoned homes, the ones very close to the garrison.
When you say charisma check versus investigation, investigation is a subset of intelligence, but charisma's multiple skills. Could it be any skill within charisma? Is what you're saying?
So like intimidation, like if you're banging really loud on the door, you're trying to be very persuasive with the people of like, come out, hey, we're not here to hurt you, anything like that, right? The only one I won't allow is performance, because it is kind of, this is a social skill that you're doing, not like, look at us, we're jesters. the people kind of know who
Mhm.
you are.
Yeah.
This is a stupid role play thing, and I feel bad. I'm never mind. I'm not going to ask you. I feel bad. It's a waste.
You shouldn't feel bad. You can ask me.
We know some stuff about Kharain.
Yeah.
It's a desolate town. It's a miner's
Yeah.
town. It's whatever. Is it bad? I would assume then maybe that there's a general understanding that these are the kind of folks that are going to look at smart people and be like, this motherfucker in my town, right? Like they're going.
If
You know what I mean?
if you present yourself as the, hey, I'm super smart man, you're dumb, let me speak lower than you, they'll probably go out, right? Like, but if you're not, Compton, when he sometimes goes on a tangent and kind of forgets he's just talking to the common man, that'd probably not go over well. But if Compton is doing his teaching way of doing his things, that would probably go over a little bit better with these people.
Okay.
I'm not going to punish you for your intelligence. It's just the way you talk to people will. Yeah.
It has an impact. Yeah. And that was my question, because it does matter, right? Like,
Yeah.
Because I could just go charisma and just be like persuasive and be like, hey, you know, we're trying to help and blah, blah, blah. Or there is like the intelligence based stuff, and we need to come in and check your fucking house for shit because demons, you know?
But at the same
And
time,
they're-
yeah, I'll explain this. So the roles will match the way you all want to role play this. So if you all are wanting to greet people and get information out of the people, that's more going to be more charisma based checks. If you all are like, we're looking inside of windows and we're wondering why so many buildings are like this while other buildings are like that, that's going to be more of your investigation roles. If you're just trying to peer through a window and catch a glimpse of something and maybe look that way, it's going to be more of a perception, right? So you're all going to
Okay.
role play out, and then your matching skill set will be the way we go about this.
See, I'm just an
Mm.
idiot. I assumed that we were trying to associate these roles to conversations with the people in town. So now this makes way more sense. I look, man, guys, I could do whatever. You want me to look around? I could look around. Or do you want to do a thing? Do either of you guys want to do this check instead of me?
I was going to if there's nobody in the house, then look in and see if I can see what I can see about like a long look where I can figure out like maybe the last time somebody was in here, or
Okay.
what the general like what they did for work or whatever.
So you walk up and you knock on the door. This house that you approached, you see that it isn't in a disarray. It probably has been even recently fixed. There was someone up to recently is either inside or has been used to live there a very short while ago. You kind of like look around, look through some of the windows, kind of see if you can see anything. So you can roll me definitely a perception check.
25.
25. So as you're looking through, like checking the windows, once again, this is a house that has been maintained. But as you're looking through, you finally walk around the house and you see that the door in the back of this house, based off of, there's a little, just a small little courtyard in the back where they probably grow their own types of vegetables. But you see that the lock on the back door has been jimmied open. Someone forcefully went into this house, it looks like.
It looks like somebody broke in the back. Do you think there may be a tunnel or something underneath that they would have wanted to use after people left?
God, this is a conundrum. Because it could have just been somebody trying to find a place to stay because everything here sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's
But there
worth
are so many
investigating
houses.
further.
You'd think,
Yeah.
you'd think that there would be one that was unlocked. Just going.
No, I think so. We could do multiple roles in this area.
Yeah, it will be. This is like a progressing story where you're all going to kind of unlock what's going on. So it's not just you did a perception check and we're done and we move on to the next area. Every square has a story that can be told depending on how you all go about things.
I would like if it's okay. I want everybody else to roll too, and I know that you said there's only 3. But if I can, I want to do an investigation now that
No,
she's
you don't. There
perceived.
isn't just 3 rolls to the square. Was that a misunderstanding?
That's why
No,
I
no,
handed it
no,
over.
no. This is there are 3 different types. There's an investigation, a perception, and charisma based rolls. Like
Okay.
these are the
Well,
3
we
you
can
can
choose
use.
one.
Yeah. No, it
Okay,
isn't
cool.
just 3
I
per
was like,
square.
that's why I asked. I was like, you guys want to roll instead of me? Because I was like, I thought that we just needed 3 successes or whatever.
Everybody, this is a very new mechanic. I'm trying. It's more of this is a lot. This whole city is a dungeon, so we're fully going through this and learning this as we go. Like I've got the way I do it. I just have to present it correctly so everybody understands. So
Okay, so if that's Raina's pointed out this thing, now I'm going to come in to start looking at it. And I think it's going to be a way more focused look, right? From an investigative standpoint, and like okay, they broke in, but have they been using the door since then? Like, are they coming and going?
with her perception check, though, that's kind of one and the same, right? So you can ask these questions, and Raina can kind of give you that answer based off a perception check. So if you tell that story with Raina, we can just use that roll to push further, because this is still like a perception. Yeah. You would see there is only 2 patterns of footprints, and they are about the same time frame going through Raina. So you can see the door was jacked open. You see that there were footprints going forward in the forward motion towards the door, probably about 3 sets. But you see about 6 sets and maybe 2 drag marks coming out.
So these people were taken from their home, maybe.
Can we go? Now I want to go inside and actually do like a. Now I want to go look inside. Can we go look inside this house? We got to go get the others, huh?
Yeah, we can go inside. Well, we'll just call across the street. They're right there.
Yeah.
So as you're all standing there, Roshan and Kyla, you're at the opposite side of the street. Once again, banging on the doors, checking into houses. How do you all want to go about this?
I think as they've like found a bunch of abandoned ones, and Roshan has been marking them as he said he would with a big red X over the door. I have an idea, and I need somebody smart to tell me if it's stupid or not.
Okay.
These people, they uh, uh, perhaps reasonably view us as invaders,
Perhaps.
kind of at the cost of realizing how dire the situation might be. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't talked to any of them. But I think that it kind of behooves us to make it clear how bad this is. And knocking in a friendly way probably isn't the best way to do that. I'm suggesting a slightly more aggressive approach.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking you were saying. So as much as, being friendly would kind of be nice, it is a dire situation. So
Yeah, just like, not like a, oh, hey, open up or I'm going to kick your fucking door down. More like a, hey, open up or shadow monsters might come into your house and kill you. And I don't want that. I'm your friend. I'm just the bearer of bad news.
yeah, just don't let the messengers come and tell you. Don't shoot the messengers, but let us come and tell you this is what's possibly going to happen.
Yeah, I'm effectively trying to scare them while not being the thing that is scary. Like, the thing that is scary is the shadow monsters. It isn't us, like, categorically.
Yeah, it could work, depending.
Should we give it a go on this next house up here?
Fuck it. I mean, we try it once, it doesn't work. We don't go back to it. We try something else.
Okay, so just stand behind me, look stern, and I know this is hard for you, but you have like a bloodlust kind of glint in your eye right now. If you could kind of like tone that down a little bit.
Oh shit! From
You
the
need to be scary, but like I said, weird, not the scary thing.
Okay. I see what you mean. And then so she's like stand behind Roshan, just kind of like takes a breath. Okay, I'm good.
Also, I meant
Go
to say this earlier when we were leaving. Roshan is dressed in what's his name's clothes.
Mm.
He's not wearing his fancy lad outfit. He's
Fancy
presenting
lad.
himself as a guy.
Okay.
Forget that
Who the
fool's
fuck is
name.
what's his name?
I forget that dude's name. The guy that I murdered. He stole his clothes. Remember?
Oh
the prison?
yeah, the
As one
peasant
of the
clothes?
guards, the guardsmen.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
he has searched over it to look for like any insignias or anything like that. If there's anything that marks him as like belonging to a specific group instead of just being a guy dressed in clothes, he's taken that off and away. So he just looks like a guy.
Okay. Yep.
He's going to start like banging on doors. It's
So-
that kind of like not mean, but like panicked almost. I'm
So this is a hard
attempting to
one.
intimidate them.
I was about to say it sounded like an intimidation. I just wanted to make sure. Roll me your intimidation.
I want to intimidate them, but like I said, not be the thing that is intimidating. I'm presenting the thing that is intimidating. This is the first time I've been able to use my intimidation. I've invested in it so fucking heavily. I was so happy when you said like intimidation.
And this is it.
That's
I
it.
need you to understand, like, the investigation squares are you all telling the story and how you want to unravel what the story may be in these squares. This is all of you, and then I can try and connect the dots of how you get to places.
So I have a plus 13 to intimidation, and it's a 12 on the
Holy
die for
fuck.
25.
Okay. So with the 25, you go up to the house, and at first when you look at it, this one as well, a little more maintained. Not the roof hasn't caved in, but there are no lights at all on there. But you go up and you bang on the door very aggressively, maybe like like a little more frantically, but like very I'm at your door
Yes.
presence. And you see you hear a little whispering behind you. It's like, no, they may be. And you see a little light turn on, like the glow of either a lantern or what would it be, or like a fire being lit up behind the door, and it opens up a crack. Yes. Hello. What is it? What do you need? Please, we have nothing. No one's sick here. What do you need?
So he is like he keeps looking up and down the street, not like frantically, but like he's keeping an eye out. And he will lean in so he can whisper to the person, like making no attempts to get like closer to the door, but making it easier to whisper because he doesn't want to spook this person. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. We are with the. It's a little pompous, but they call themselves the Liberation Movement. We are checking houses for signs of terrible things. It is. I'm sure you have seen them, the creatures. We are simply looking to check homes and ensure that you people are safe because I've heard tale of them being capable of awful things, and I do not wish for anyone to come to that.
No, we already had people from the Liberation who passed through not even a week ago. We sent them on the way. We sent them down to the tavern, but we know the creatures. But as long as we don't go out, right now we're not in the shadow. We're all right. They won't come here, and as long as we stay quiet and we don't turn on the lights, we should be fine. Please don't. We didn't do anything. We're not a part of anything. We're just trying to live. Please don't hurt us.
Immediately, he raises up his hands like, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm so sorry that you have had such terrible experiences, but we do not wish to harm you. We only wish to have an accounting of the citizens and to ensure that the citizens who are here are safe. That is all. I believe you when you say that you are not involved. Most good people are not. But you said you sent them to the tavern. Is that a place of importance, a meeting place, or something like that?
The tavern. And she kind of like getting at you, and like the rapid banging, like the initial intimidation. You can see she's still trying her best to shake it off, but it's still rattled. The overgrown oak. That's where most of the. We're not all like the people in town. We don't want this. We don't want what's ever going on. So the barman there, he wants to help as best he can. So we secretly send anybody who's helping the city down there to maybe get some type of resistance, to get some type of a group together that can fight back. And she says that, we'll go over to Compton.
Just really quick.
Yeah.
He because this is the thing that he's concerned about, because he's thinking about home and it's making him sad, so he needs to do something to counteract that. How are you good for food? I have a little bit with me, and I could talk to the people back at the gatehouse and see if we could send something up if you need.
No, we can't. No, where's. And as soon as you say that, she either one of you can roll me an insight, as you're both there.
Roshan is not inciting these people.
I can roll insight.
If Kyla would, then she definitely can.
Sure, yeah. So let me see here. My brain is not working properly. 19 on the die plus 7, 26.
So as soon as like Roshan offers like food, resources, anything like that, you see she almost instinctually almost shuts the door, but just slightly, trying to hide it, and goes, no, and you see she's a little scared of that offer. No, we have all the resources. We don't need to take anything. We have everything we need. We have the food. We have supplies. No one's sick or ill here. We have everything we need. Just please, if you're here to help, but leave us alone.
Okay, yes, no, of course. I did not mean to impose. It was simply an offer. The best of luck to you. And again, we will do all we can to make this town safe again. So please keep yourselves inside and be careful.
I said that. The door shut. See
I
the
don't
light
know if that went well or not.
turns off a bit again. You can hear a little mumbling. Probably about with Kyla, your passive perception, you can maybe hear like 3 to 4 people kind of murmuring behind the door.
Well, I mean, you meant well, and it was a good idea. There's probably, can you hear about like 3 or 4 of them in there? So, I mean, obviously they're timid, obviously they're scared. As long as they're listening to what you said, there's not much else we can do if they're not willing to, accept further help, and they think that they're okay for the time being.
Horses in the water.
Compton, Baron, Raina. You see the drag marks, you see the footprints, the busted lock.
Yep, we were going to call the other group over so that we could go in together.
I do have a question because I'm realizing, again, maybe I don't understand fully. When Raina does a perception of this house and gets a story, busted lock, drag marks, 3 in, 6 out, etc. Is that the story of this house, and my investigation should be somewhere else? Like we're picking up multiple pieces from this square?
There's not like a specific, this is what you're going to get, this specific spot. It's whatever you are all doing, I'm going to warp the clues that you can gather around here based off of what you do.
Okay.
There's not like a brick wall. You're wasting a roll.
My concern is more that I'm wasting your time. No, like time. It's like, oh, I'm beating a dead horse. We got what we needed from you.
No,
I don't
and this is
that. Okay.
I'm trying to do, once again, this collaborative storytelling. I want you guys to do what you're going to do, and then depending on your successes and failures and everything like that is what you get out of it, right? There will be hints of where you can go to look for more stuff, but there's never going to be the, oh, you found the lock, this is it. I will give you there's no point in going further kind of thing. Like the lady shutting the door, okay. That's a sign of she's not going to have a conversation with you anymore. You've gotten what you've gotten out of this lady.
Got it. Okay. And I think as we gesture over to the group on the other side to meet us, the one thing, and I don't know if this was clarified, was this lock picked or was this kicked open?
I specifically said it was busted open.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
From the front of the house, everything looked good. But when Raina did her perception going all the way around the house, she saw, just like at a glance, that does not look like a hinged door correctly. And then looked a little further and saw the footprints and everything like that when she approached the door.
So while we're waiting for them to come over, is it easy enough for me to just take a peek behind the door? Does it look like it was reinforced previous to it being busted open?
Yeah, if you pull open the door and kind of like take a look
Yeah.
inside of here, you can see at one point that was not reinforced. It's just a normal standard type door, but someone just either was in a very quick way of getting inside of here and did not want to waste any time, or maybe the people inside were aware that someone was trying to get in, and it's just you don't know. But there was no way of the person was ready for someone to try and break in. You can get that right off the bat. Like there's no barricade set up or reinforced the door or anything.
And that was gonna be my next question. If there's like furniture drag marks in front of the door, like
No.
okay. All right. Once if Kyla and Rashawn rejoin us, I would like to go inside. And you said that this house looks like it's been lived in, kind of like picked up a bit, right?
Yes.
Is there a way to determine and I think Compton wants to go bottom up, right? Because our biggest concern is tunnels. So the first place I would like to do is see if there's a basement, a cellar.
Okay.
And if there is, the idea would be to start an investigation from the lowest level, look for tunnels, and come up. And the story that he's trying to determine is if people were taken from here, why? I'm looking for clues here as to why people might be taken from here specifically.
So yeah, starting from the bottom up, you can roll me an investigation check. Farron, did you want to do anything while Compton is going from the bottom up?
I'll look with him, so I'll give him
Advantage?
assistance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, remember my first one was 11 on the die, and this is advantage?
Yep.
Mhm.
17. Okay, and investigate, it's 27.
27 overall. With Farron kind of walking with you, Farron is giving you that thing that you miss, right, Compton? You're very good at putting the clues together, but you don't have that keen eye that sometimes you overlook something. You go through the bottom floor, the basement, you look through. This is just more of a crawl space than anything. But you don't see any holes, you don't see any dig marks, you don't see anything like that. So right off the bat, nothing burrowed up from the bottom, or maybe this was a part of one of the tunnels. But as you're going through the room on the main floor, you see that things are scuffled, like maybe there was a fight as some of the tables were flipped over. And you see that there is some blood splatter on the ground where it gets dragged a little bit more. And you keep moving through the house. And at one point, you see a small bedroom with a very small bed, like a child's room. And you see inside this room, there are like deep chunks taken off of the wall. Like the plaster in the wall has been peeled back. You see that where there was the gas lamp that was hanging from the ceiling has been shattered on the ground from the roof. So you have to look up because this is still a pretty tall ceiling and something must have yanked it down from the top into the ground. You can see that this room is in dismay, destroyed a little bit. And you see, well, once again, you're kind of putting it together, trying to figure out what happened here. And then Farron notices under the bed and kind of pulls out. You see there's this vial that's empty now, but you see a little residual of like a white liquid, maybe just a couple drops in the bottom of it. And as you go and you're traveling more through the home, you see you go into the parents' room, you see this poster kind of held up by the bedstand. One second. Just had to change the name of that one. And once again, because your investigation is so high with the 27, there was a scuffle out in the main room, like the living room quarters, where things were tossed over. You see blood, everything like that. It looks like people either with like either blunt weapons or swords or something. Like there was a scuffle, but no, like how would I say? It's almost like a soldier type of way, where they came in either with batons or anything like that and dragged people out of here. But the room where the small child's room, like that is a bestial type of what was happening. Things were ripped from the ceiling, chunks of the wall were taken out, and then there's that odd vial in that was rolled underneath the bed.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
I always have a question. Is it reasonable to assume, this is the first piece because there's so many more. Is it reasonable to assume that the whole kicking of the door and this scuffle and whatnot was to take away whatever monster this was? Whatever thing destroyed the child's room was removed from the home? Is that what like
That is an assumption you could make.
okay. Is this vial? We've never seen, right? Everybody's with me, right? We've never seen this fucking liquid before, right?
No.
Does Identify wouldn't do anything on this, right? Because it's not a magical
Not on
item.
this one, no. But once again, I need to remind you guys, there's a story here. You're all getting different sections of it.
Okay, Compton's got to lay out what he thinks is happening. And maybe an intelligence roll tells me if I'm even fucking close. But what I think is happening is this. This vial really tells the story in two different ways. Either this vial was a substance that was used to arrest the transformation of whatever happened in this room, right? To slow it down, like a sedative of sorts. That's a good option.
Mm-hmm.
Bad option is this vial makes whatever was in this fucking room.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking more
where I
of.
was
Yeah.
going.
But the problem with that is none of that aligns. I'm sorry, I should speak in Com's voice. Problem with that is that none of that aligns with what we know about how these things work, which is just taking over the body, right? Like, why would you need a magic brew to make a man do a thing?
Well,
Unless
oof.
they're like distributing this thing to make people sick, to make them come to get treated.
Maybe.
But it would make sense if it takes over the body. A serum of some kind that disables the body would still function.
Yeah.
Have you done the tingle test?
Like, put a little bit on my tongue to see what it does.
No, not on your tongue.
no.
God's no. Like on the corner of your lip,
Oh
right
my
there.
gosh.
No, not yet. But there's a couple of other pieces. Though before we do that, this is why I'm wondering. Was the window in the kid's room covered at all?
Yes.
From the inside?
Yes.
Okay. Can we, a hypothetical of sorts. You guys ready for this?
Hmm?
Baby Jane Doe, outside playing. Creeper Crawly gets inside him. Oh no, shit's happening. Starts turning. Mom and Dad, Doe, care so much about Baby Jane. They're like, no, gotta protect the baby. They cover the window, lock them up. They don't say nothing to nobody. Somehow the town finds out. Maybe they're using this thing that you did the vial as a sedative, like we talked about, right? Maybe. They run out, whatever. Starts going ape shit in there, starts tearing things up. Town finds out. They send over the guard. Guard kicks down the door. They drag out, I don't know, the creature they subdue. Maybe one of the parents, because there's 2 drag marks, right? Is that correct?
3.
Yeah.
I thought it was multiple footsteps and 2 drag marks.
Oh,
2 multiple footsteps, 2 drag marks.
There should be an additional 3 people walking out and 2 drag marks. So that would
okay.
lead us to believe that there's 5 individuals in this house? Because 3 came in. My math is right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they come in, they do some subduing. Apparently, maybe dad or mom is real upset about the situation, gets knocked out too. And so they drag them out the house. I feel like that might track.
Yeah, they could have taken the whole family, assuming that, one of the others in the house were infected and they couldn't tell.
Or maybe they're in trouble for harboring the situation, right? It's more like even if you're fine, you hit the bite mark, so you're still in trouble. The other question I have is about this Ulysses Vander. We didn't get any intel about that from outside, right?
No,
This feels fucking weird.
it seems really odd, but I can't help but to think that it's connected.
Fake, right?
Like Nastilla or something was using that name. Or
Where's Fort Devereaux?
With it, Fort Devereaux, if we look at the map, you would have gathered all this information. Easy to tell you all. Fort Devereaux, looking at the map for all of you, right up here. This is a risen up area.
So that's not Lady Nastella.
okay.
That wouldn't have been
Nope.
her.
No. She was specifically the guardhouse / garrison.
Mhm.
So let's look at this. This is another. We're making some assumptions here. I think we're going to have to go out on a limb and make a bunch of assumptions for a minute. Let's assume that this is true. That the poster in and of itself, this flyer is true, and this person's out here trying to help some folk. Has Rashawn and Kylo during all this searching around, have you guys filled us in on the conversation you guys had with the folks across the way?
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
people are very adamant that they aren't sick, quote unquote, because he doesn't understand the context for that as it pertains to this area. And then he mentions the overgrown oak and that the bartender is friendly, apparently friendly.
Okay. So if people are so adamantly not sick, it would seem to me that maybe going to see Dr. Vender's not great.
Well, you only do one of two things with a monster, right? You kill
Right.
it or you cage it.
I get it. No, I know, but I'm just wondering. That leads me to believe that this Dr. Feller probably ain't good. Because the other assumption would be like maybe they are, maybe they're trying to help, and that'd be nice because that is an area of the town that we can hopefully like the tavern, call to aid if needed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grim, from the tavern, did it seem like that tavern would be like close by, like within this square or the next one or something?
When Roshan and Kyla were talking to this person, like they pointed, and you could probably see they were pointing just down the street.
Okay. I mean, I think it would do us well to talk to the people down at the tavern. If there's someone there with information, we can ask them some more questions. But I assume that like the people here who are so afraid are afraid of being sick because people go to this doctor and just never come back.
Right. I mean that tracks too.
Yeah.
And it would explain why if potentially somebody got sick. And I think we need to get past the sickness because we all know, and he gestures to the room, that it isn't a sickness as much as it is a possession, right?
Yeah.
So, how big is this vial, Grim? Like about that tall? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Not very big.
But it looked like it was full.
I will say, yeah. You got enough people who can kind of like see and everything like that. There is a residue that was probably, I would say, 3/4 all the way to the top.
You're gonna understand this maybe. When you drink a beer, like a particularly heady beer, and you take a drink and then you set it down and then you wait and then you take another drink, you get a line from each of the places where you had a drink.
Yes,
Because
multiple times. It had to be. It
Okay.
was drained multiple times, and I can even say that you would like looking around with your high investigation. There were multiple needles that were used at one point. Like it wasn't just took this one dose, took this over time.
So what that tells me is me putting a little bit of it near my mouth hole is not going to kill me, and I do it.
Mm,
Roll
Anything?
me a Constitution check. This is more just to see how your body will react to that small of a dose.
Can we make it a saving throw so I can get my +8 instead of the +2?
Well, that's what I meant. Saving throw. Yeah, sorry.
Alright.
I meant a saving throw, but I'm just dumb.
11 and 8, 19, dirty.
Because you have such a high constitution, doesn't really like you dab it. You don't really feel anything. Like you don't feel anything come over you or anything like that. This is also one because you kind of wanted to fail.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But I'm like, that didn't hurt me, but I'm not saying it wouldn't, right? Maybe we do find out what the fuck this is. And we're like, I'm pretty sure the doctor's not handing this out, right?
Well, I don't know. That's what we
yeah.
figure it out.
Okay, so we've pretty much covered. We've covered up the claws in the room. We've covered up the drag marks and the things like that. Does it look like 5 people live here, Grim? Or we're staying here, I should say? Like
Looking at 3.
that's fucking me up now.
2 going in, 3 going out, 2 drag marks.
Yeah, so 3 total.
Oh, I guess I heard the 3 as the guards. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else y'all think we need to get from here? It feels like pretty much
And with it, I
everybody's
can
saying
tell
they're
you,
not seeing.
you've gone through the entire house at this point.
Maybe the next time we meet some folks, we can ask them if they know what this is.
Yeah.
That seems like a good. Hey, friends, we found this. Do you know what it is?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no harm in asking.
This is. I guess we probably should have asked this before to make it easier for you. An investigation tile is combat even likely?
I
Is
already
it
told you. No.
intended?
Nope.
Okay, so then we don't need to call them back to us. That'll help us a lot. We can move through these houses better because like I was unsure.
And this
which
is
why I
why
was like, "Don't
this
go
is
in
why I
these fucking
kind of want to
houses."
tell you these tiles. Like when you start in them, I'm not going to tell you right away. But when the encounters start to approach, I will give you those hints so we're not just spinning our wheels and we're going to be here forever type thing. Because I feel if I
Okay.
don't tell you at least kind of what the goal of this tile is, you all will move
Freak
at a
out.
pace that we will never leave, or just not want to move because you're afraid something bad is going to happen all the time.
Yeah. I think from an RP perspective, splitting up makes the most sense because if we approach as 5 motherfuckers that are unknown, we are threatening.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do not think that works. So I think we should split up. We don't have to meet back up every house when we find something. We can just roll through.
So, you all leave the house, making plans of how you're going to approach the next leg of looking for clues, looking for answers, trying to figure out what exactly is going on in the city of Karain. We're going to end the session there, everybody.
I hate it because I want to know so much about this fucking tile.
Yep.
One more hour. One more hour.
If I did that, you just go 1 more hour at the end of it. So
Yeah, we were.
I mean, yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
I'm so
Continue.
fucking
It
Yeah.
is very
Part of it.
much to give a mouse a cookie situation with us.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're right to tell us
Oh,
no.
yeah.
6 more hours.
6 more hours. Holy shit.
So
I'm
you're in your
honestly
first
so
tile
excited to
grade.
be in. Yeah, I'm so excited to be in these tiles.
Yes.
Like, I'm also really excited for the day I kill Anvin. That's going to be cool too.
That, oh my
gonna be great.
god.
That guy's a
Oh.
fuck.
I saw like you don't even know, Grim. You hit a real world chord with me because I just got images of my stepdad being like, "This isn't a discussion," and I'm like,
Mm,
"We're gonna murder."
You're dead. I can murder you without consequences in this world. Well, the consequences that I can't just deal with.
Right,
Oh.
right.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. But like I said, for all of you players, this if this works out and you all have a lot of fun, I may use this in the future, and it'll be a lot easier to run because we're all going to understand how everything works.
Yeah.
So I hope you're enjoying it, and I know I don't want to break all of your guys' immersions playing your characters to explain how everything is going to work, but I don't want you to miss out on all the aspects. But I think once we all hit each type of tile, it's going to be really easy to figure out what tiles you can do what in, right? So
Yeah.
No, I'm hella excited. I really enjoyed it, and I think the questions we had, or like you said, it's the first time we've touched it, so we don't know.
Yep.
We don't know what's going to break a thing or whatever. So,
and
it's very exciting.
it's once again, you all have to give me feedback, because if you're not liking an aspect of this, I can change it before we get too far in. It's just like, wow, we're just grinding our teeth on this shit. So I very much want feedback of what you aren't liking or you are liking going through this one, so I can adjust on the fly and kind of, any type of new system you gotta adjust through the playtest. So
I have an immediate feedback.
Yep.
And it's not a bad one, I think.
No,
But it is
bad and good is fine. I don't
Right.
need everybody kissing my ass. I just need to know what works and what doesn't work.
Right. I'm thinking, in order to make this fly and to be able to have us pick up on different story elements and make it make sense, it does make sense for us to split up, especially like in the investigation square. However, part of it working is us having that information shared. And so I think it'd be really cool if we just say, when a group learns a piece of information, that information goes into the next group's knowledge when they are checking their space. Otherwise, we're constantly having to come back together to talk
Yeah.
about the thing, to go right back out, to come back to, you know what I mean? Instead of just picking up all the pieces of the story in a very straight line narrative, coming back together would cause a lot of stops. So I think, yeah, from an RP perspective, well, how did you know that? We just say we did meet and we share the information, and then, you know what I mean?
Well, and we
or
can
whatever.
just do that. So we'll do like base 1, base 2, right? You guys both get your clues. Bam, bam, move, and go on your way, right? So after each act, we can say that you guys meet up, right? So
Right. But
like
without
that
actually
one
having
would
a role play to meet up.
Roshan and Kyla just stopped by, see you were in that house. Like they could see the light in the window, said, "Hey, this is what we got. We're moving on to the next house," and just so on and so
Yeah.
forth. We can very much handle
Exactly.
it. That is perfectly fine.
And I think it'll just make it better, because then that way, when Roshan and Kyla hit their next house, they have the information for the first house and us,
Yeah.
and the same.
And
for
the plan
us.
is already to do like group A, group B, then we move on. Group A, group B, move on. So it's very easy to do we're moving on to our next house. This is what we found in that one, and come on and going forth. Easy enough. Thank you for the feedback. That makes a lot of sense and helps keep things moving. That's it. We're done here. That's it, everybody.
do it.
Hey,
I don't want to be.
no props to
I
me.
don't wanna be done either.
These people reinvigorated me. It's always fun, and it was a great session. I was super having a lot of fun. So I may be Sun Zap, but I had a great time. So that made it so I didn't have to worry about the Sun Zap. I don't think I was that much of a bitch. So I was
Only
a
the beginning, we
bitch,
worked it
but
out of you. We worked it out of you early. We let you get it out.
Yeah.
you guys really just
That's
made me
why
be a
we
bitch
showed up.
real early on.
Well, that's why we showed up an hour early, was to really just warm you up. You know what I mean?
Okay, lovely. Glad to hear it.
He's like, this motherfucker won't let me go.
But
I love you, Grim.
I do have anybody have anything they'd like to say? Any shoutouts? Anything like that? Everybody?
The only thing I have to say, and this is a bit of a self plug, but mostly because you get to play.
No, do it.
For
You
those
need
of
to
you that
self-plug.
are here, for any of you that are here that are interested in watching somebody do this thing that Grim does so well, poorly, I'm gonna run Call of Cthulhu next Friday for this group, this exact group. It is a pre-written one shot. I didn't do any. I did a little things, but I didn't do anything. I don't own this, right? It could be good. It's probably going to be terrible, and it'll be my fault. I'm okay being bad. But if you're interested in watching that, you should come by. That's Verbal Hero. Grim shouted me out. Thank you, Grim. That'll be on Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and then there's time zones that aren't those that you are smart and can figure out. this is a learning game because aside from Splendor and M, who I think both of them played a while ago, none of us have played this, right? So we are going to get rules wrong. We're gonna fucking do things incorrectly, and we're not gonna care, right? We're going to use this as an opportunity to ask questions and see if we even like the system at all, from a play perspective. So that's happening. That's it. That's all. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you sorry?
Because I could have just said we're playing it and shut the fuck up, and then I said,
No, it's good. That's the whole point. And everybody, if we can go down the list. Next up, where can we find you all? Let's go down with Ghost.
You can find me at twitch.tv/future ghost, remember 2 E's. I'm currently going through a game called Hellblade 2 over there. Great fucking game. It's so good.
It
If you
looks
guys haven't played the
pretty.
first one. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. But I highly recommend those games if you're into that kind of thing. It's very good. I like it.
Sounds like a gross story-based game. Who would like those?
You're right.
Paige, where can we all find you?
Oh gosh. You can find me at twitch.tv/PG13_05. I play a lot of random shit. I'm very indecisive. I don't really stick to one thing very often. Except Little Nightmares, Little Nightmares 2 lately. Those were fucking brilliant. But
Great
yes. I've been playing Panicore, which is where you guys can come and fuck around and scare the shit out of me with sound alerts so the monsters will come and kill me quicker.
That's a delight. by the
Because
way.
fuck you, Rob. Rob comes into my stream and plays his fucking sound alert, goes, "Oh yes, daddy," and then the monster comes and kills me.
It was awesome. It was
I was
so
like,
great.
motherfucker. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
That's
But no,
fantastic.
so yeah, so I've been going up in levels to see if I can unlock more shit. Second level is fucking horrifying. I hate it, but I'm a masochist. I'm horrible. I hate myself. Yeah. Entertaining Canadian bullshittery. Do with
And
it what you will.
Splendor, when can we expect another wonderful Splendor stream?
I miss
can-
I miss the Final Fantasy streams, and I mean that sincerely, please.
Hello, my name is Splendor. You can find me in your fucking walls. Most often also at twitch.tv/verbal hero. Shout out to whoever the fuck that dude is. And sometimes, eventually, maybe, at Splendor with 3 underscores, and I'm so sorry, but you do have to type every one, where I may one day continue venturing through all of the Final Fantasy games.
Splendor, get the fuck out of my walls.
Come in mine.
And
Yeah,
do you
go
want
hang
to?
out
Are
with
you
Rob
gonna
Scott.
stream?
Already doing it.
I don't stream yet. You can find me in the world.
Can we get, what do we have to do?
I
What
think we should make you
Kickstarter?
commit right
Dude,
now.
it's-
Yeah, what
you
fucking
said-
Take the
Kickstarter?
time.
You said like 3 months ago that you're going to be streaming like this weekend.
Well, it's called being a liar. Like, let's
yeah.
just why do we need to say the
Everybody
thing that we're all
knows.
thinking?
That when librarians aren't at the library, they can lie.
I need you to just do me a favor
Damn.
and just pick a day.
Yeah.
Just pick a fucking day and send it, and we'll come and support it, and it'll be dope. And everything that breaks can look. Every single person in this call who has streamed before knows full well your shit will break.
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry about it being perfect. It won't be. Just expect that it's going to fall apart and know that everybody's going to be down for it.
Yeah. No, I know. And I know I would be supported. It'll be after July 6th.
That's so far away.
That's 2 weeks from now.
It's so many days.
We'll see.
You know what could happen in 2 weeks?
She changes her mind.
Truth. Maybe.
Jeez, you guys.
We'll see.
We just
So
really
brutal.
support our friends
But
and
I'll
want
be-
to,
Eventually playing Love Joe Biden.
I don't
I think
believe
that's
you.
what I'm most upset about. I'm most upset about the fact that I'm excited to see that, and that's what's holding over
Same.
my head. You're like, we're gonna play this
Maybe
dope ass
fucking
game.
am.
Never.
Reading some excerpts from the Modern Incomplete Book of Etiquette by Hallie Ermini Rives. This book is from 1939, and I got it as a donation at the library yesterday. And I'm pretty excited to see what etiquette I should be following.
I bet you
Oh
one of the
my
first pieces of
goodness.
etiquette in that book is to steal a book from the library that was donated.
I was
think
gonna
that
I
that
was
is
gonna throw it
probably-
away.
Oh
It would have been
no.
thrown away otherwise.
I love it. Could you imagine a stream of him just sitting there reading excerpts from a book written in 1939? One of the pieces is etiquette. It's like how to quell your wife's rage.
Yeah, it's
Back
pretty
of your
funny.
hand.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck. No.
It's
no.
1939. It probably was written somewhere.
Probably. But yeah. So you know what, everybody, that is it for tonight. We're gonna go right over at Distal Place. They're doing a charity stream right now, and you know, if you can, you can. But we're gonna rate out there. Everybody, hey, good night. As always, the excerpt, you don't need all this fancy stuff. You don't need the dices, you don't need the books. All you need is just to get a group of friends together, go on an adventure, and have some fun. So everybody, you can't take my players because they're mine. Bye.
Bye.